Oh, we're live. There we go. Sorry, apparently I had doubles going on in the background, and I was like, ah shit, what tab is open? What tab is open? What tab is open? I gotta mute that real quick.
Yep. I've been there. When I was working with Studio earlier, I I sent a message on Gilded and heard, you know how it goes boop. Well, then all of a sudden, like 2 seconds later, I hear boop. I pull up Gilded and I'm like, okay, what the then all of a sudden here. Boop. Then it gets like quieter and quieter, like it's fading and going off into the sunset. And I'm like,
just the reoccurring boop.
and then I'm like,
Boop,
oh,
boop.
it's feedbacking. I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
anyway. There we go. I think I'm ready. I got my hair out.
I think there's something wrong with my can.
Yeah, it's missing partly. The monster's gonna kill you.
Not sponsored,
Anyway,
but I can be.
this is Gaming with a Side of Salt, episode 20, where we talk about all sorts of random things, mainly gaming news, but other stuff that happens within the space as well. I am your host, as always, Zio Gaming, and this is the other guy. So, links are in the description down below if you want to go check him out. He has no name today, just no name. It's right down there at the D-pad, Chad. That's right. He's the lovable, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, who wants me to play a killer clown game, and I don't wanna. Oh, speaking of which, we should bring that up.
Because I think it'll be the funnest experience you've had in a while.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game, Steam. Okay.
Dead by Daylight with teams.
Let me bring that up. So we'll do a little extra real quick here. But yeah, so he wants me to play this. Now, my backstory is I hate clowns.
Which makes it even better.
And the reason I hate clowns is because of this fucking movie right here. Like, no joke. It's this movie. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Which is why I hate clowns to this day.
Okay, full disclosure, by the way, no joke. Today, I had a nightmare about Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, I have too. Anyway, and then Chad's like, we could play Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And I thought at first he was joking when he said that. And I was like, no. And then he's like, no, it's like Dead by Daylight. And I was sitting there thinking, it's like, I'm sorry. Wait, were you being serious?
Yeah, I did. So I heard people mentioning it, and I had the same reaction. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? And then somebody I watch actually streamed it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is a better version of Dead by Daylight. I don't mean like they have different,
I like this Dead by Daylight, though.
They have different horror icons. It's not that kind of better. It's better in the sense of the gameplay mechanics.
Well, let's take a look at it real quick, shall we? Why not? Let's start this off with a bang.
Wesker Newton, your truth bombardier here. We got us a kind of a clown invasion I thought only happened in Nevada deserts. The things a clown can do to a person's body, folks, it's depraved. It's disgusting.
Listen, I think the thing that scared me the most about this when I was a kid was the fact that they have little ray guns that turn you into a cotton candy cocoon, and then they stick it with a straw and drink you. Okay, that was my issue. All right.
Okay, maybe this game ain't for you then.
Oh, you are not watching the live chat. Holy snap. Dara with the $5, $1, $1, $1, $1, $1, and 2 from Lockdown. Let's go through this real quick. Boom. Yep. Hey, over here. Pay attention. Look, Chad is on the chat. Supposed to be on the chat. Okay, he is not. Dara is. Oh wait, it's Friday, which means Dara's doing his Pay It Forward stream right now. Well, hello, welcome to those if y'all still here and whoever's with him. What do I have to do to get a response over here? Apparently, I have to look at the chat. That's what you have to do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not your bitch.
You are. You said it last time. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Zeal. I've got the chat. I can handle it. I got this. You can monitor the other
chat. It that time.
And then we got lockdown over here. Darwin said, "Give your fucking balls a tug and start your damn stream already, ladies." And boom, you started. Hope you have a great. Nice timing. All right, about time. Yeah, sorry about that. Another $2 from Dara. But yeah, so killer clowns from outer space. That's what we're looking at real quick. Oh, this should be lovely. And I'll bring back
Mighty creative.
Oh.
They got big shoes for a reason, folks.
I can do this.
Don't make a ruckus. Those bat-eared bastards can hear you coming a mile away. Teamwork is life, amigos, and you have to stay alive to win. Hell yeah! Shit!
Got it. I'm just gonna say I might scream like a little bitch if I play this anyway. See you guys around. The Ben, looking forward to having you. All right, see you, Dara.
See you around, Dara.
Enjoy your stream over there.
You want to kill those clowns? Make like a Beverly Hills surgeon and give those real clown wives a nose job. Clowns are here. Clowns are now.
All right. There's more to this.
Oh no.
June 4th. That's a few days from now, right?
Well, it's already. You can play it now. Like if you pre-order, you can play the beta that's currently out.
Oh, okay. It is a $39.99 game.
Yeah.
Digital Deluxe $59.99. Whew. Anyway, I don't know if I want to play that or not.
So here's how it works. Here's how the game mechanic works. They can either kill the humans with like a giant mallet, or they can knock them down and do like a Mori on them.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can use the ray gun and put them in the cocoon. Then they have to hang them on what is essentially a hook, and it powers up their machine, the clown's machine, and they get boons. Each level that machine is leveled up.
Okay. Clowns for survivors.
Now for survivors, they can get out multiple ways. It's not just two doors. They can get out through like a tunnel that's on the edge of the map.
Mm-hmm.
They can get out through a warp device, like a transporter device. They can get out through a tunnel that's somewhere on the map that you have to have like a key card. You have to have spark plugs kind of thing. You have to find items to get away that are on the map and then find the exit.
Okay. So let's actually get into it now. Nick Rekieta. Holy shit. Wow. Anyway, I actually meant to bring up something. Rekieta.
So I'll say this: I have not watched a Nick Rekieta stream in years, and I just assumed he was still doing his thing where he kind of evaluates ongoing cases and kind of gives his perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought he was still doing too, right?
Apparently, from what I've heard, he's largely stopped doing that and started doing just like party streams.
Really?
Yeah, like college bro streams. So, yeah.
Trying to. There we go.
This one really just like caught me so out of left field because I was like, how do you fuck up this bad?
I'm trying to find a couple of pictures of him, right?
Yeah.
So you got pictures of him from like 2 years or so ago.
Yeah, somebody did a before like a if you can find it, there's somebody that did a timeline picture like
Before and after timeline. Because my gosh, he looks horrible right now. Here we
oh
go.
yeah. No, you can tell. And apparently somebody said that there were times on the stream he had like a yellowish color. It looked like he had jaundice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
here
it.
we go. So, Nick Rekieta. All right, so I used to watch or listen to Nick, right? And I guess this was about 4-6 years ago now at this point.
Yeah, I did the same.
Back when he was talking about the Vic Mignogna stuff, which, if you go looking for him, I think the Daily Mail comes up first in the listing, and it talks about his claim to fame was apparently the what was his name, the actor?
The Amber Heard and
The Amber Heard and
Johnny Depp.
whatever Johnny Depp trial, right? But his whole thing, his climb started back with Vic Mignogna.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to make that clear because the Daily Mail can't do research.
No, they can't research worth a damn.
You can look at this and just see his decline from just a year ago to what he currently is. And what happened is I saw a Bearing video pop up on my feed, and I hadn't seen Bearing in forever either, or heard from him in a damn long time. And it said something about Nick Rekieta's fall from something. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and that's when I saw the current image, essentially, in that video, and videos from him that night. And they're talking about it, and they're like, it looks like he's jerking off and all this other stuff. It's like, no, bro's getting head. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. He's getting head in the middle of a stream. He talked to somebody.
Yeah.
He was getting some. Anyway.
But here, hit that. Can you enlarge that real quick?
Oh, there we go.
So,
but yeah, I looked at him, was just like, what the hell? He's got to be on crack or something. It turns out he is on something.
Yeah. And look at his face, particularly the cheeks. You see that 6 years ago.
Well, you can see it sunken in. He's skeletal, kind of emaciated. Yeah. That's the word I'm looking for.
Emaciated, yep.
Yeah, compared to back in the day when he was full of life, even a year ago, he had more going on then. But apparently he's been going downhill for the past 2 years.
Yeah, you can see the start of it from the 1 year picture where his cheeks are starting to cave in.
Yeah. And it's just like, damn, what the hell? And then, I made a tweet knowing, it's not going to get seen. I'm a nobody, right? It's like, dude, you got to get help. Because I don't know what's going on, but there's something definitely going on. And not even 24 hours later, the news breaks, dude's been arrested, along with his wife and his side piece.
And it wasn't just arrested. They broke into his house.
Yeah, like they broke in there and took him in. And this guy had it going for him too, and to throw it all away for crack cocaine and a swinger's life, I guess. So allegedly, it's just ridiculous. But anyway,
so they say power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Well, yeah, but if I had money, I sure as hell won't be going on drug benders.
Well, yeah, we're not stupid. I'm sorry. This was beyond stupid. And the fact of the matter is, and this is where, like, once I watched Barron's more recent video and got more context. I have no sympathy for Nick or his wife because they pretty much abandoned their kids to do drugs. Like the kids were still in the
Yeah, and
house.
I have
They
no
just,
sympathy for the other dude either, who's running
no,
around on this media tour right
oh
now,
no,
who
fuck him too.
should probably shut up.
Oh no,
Because I hear that the police might be looking into him for some charges too. I'm not even sure how he didn't get caught up in this.
no, I guarantee here's what happened because my background, I've worked with police before. Here's how it goes. Yeah, we'll give you protection. That's the police officer. The police officers can say whatever the fuck they want to you to
Well,
get you to talk.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but apparently here's the story so far that we know. Because dude's doing this media circuit, he's talking about it. Some other information was released, and some back information was released by another lawyer who's in those back channels.
Yep.
So apparently, somebody from the church, a kindergarten teacher from the church, I guess, sound the alarm. Then several people from the church went to police. Police went and knocked down the door, essentially, after watching him for a while. Because according to the affidavit and the police report, they were watching his streams.
Yeah.
To do research on the guy, to figure out what they were looking at. And apparently Nick Rekieta, his wife Kaylee, are each facing felony charges of second-degree drug possession of 25 grams or more of cocaine, a gross misdemeanor charge of possession of a firearm by a user of a controlled substance, and a misdemeanor count of child endangerment following their arrest early Thursday morning. Now, I would say that's probably more because there's 5 kids in his
Yeah.
house.
There's probably
It's probably
more.
5 counts,
Yeah.
one for each child or minor, because one's 16. I mean, they're still a child, but also at the same time. Anyway,
It might even be more than that because that guy that was on that podcast, whatever his name is,
I think it's Adam.
Adam or Aaron, whatever.
It's Aaron, maybe.
I don't.
Who's also
He's a piece
not
of shit
only is
anyway.
he a massive cuck, but he's just a piece of shit in general.
Yeah. So he brought his kids over there.
Yeah.
So it might be more than 5.
The charges say a warrant was executed just after 9 a.m. at the Spice Mean home of the Rekieta. Law enforcement encountered Nick traveling to his vehicle on 51st Street, or traveling in his vehicle on 51st Street Northeast. As they arrived, he was stopped and detained. A juvenile female refused to allow officers into the home, and Nick refused to give them the door code for entry. Law enforcement entered the home using a door ram. Okay. Well, you won't give us access, we'll make access.
Yeah. It's like the moment they said that they have a I can't think of the word now. Crap.
A warrant?
Warrant. He should have been like, okay, I'm caught. No, denying access when they have a warrant means that like you said, they'll make the access.
Yeah, upon entry, law enforcement located Kaylee. 4 juveniles inside the home. The Rekietas reportedly have 5 children together. Charges say officers noted the dirty condition of the home, with clothing everywhere, dust and dirty dishes. A search of the home turned up several items in the master bedroom and closet, including 26.67 grams of coke, 8 ketamine pills, a digital scale, an AR rifle with several magazines, a .22 caliber spent casing, 2 credit cards belonging to Inholt, and various drug paraphernalia, and other items that tested positive for cocaine residue. Additional firearms and ammunition were found inside the garage. Nick agreed to speak with officers and said that he and Kaylee sleep in the master bedroom, and that the Imholts were visiting the home, but he refused to answer any questions about the drugs. Officers noted Nick had sores on his arms that were consisted of those commonly seen on controlled substance users. At jail, Kaylee requested her prescription medicine be brought to her. Upon inspection, jail staff found unknown pills and gummies that did not match the prescription on the container. Really?
Wow.
I need my medicine. It's in this bottle. But don't look in the bottle. Anything you do, but don't look in the bottle, please. Just don't fucking do it.
Wow.
Nick Rekieta gained a large following social media YouTube by mixing legal
I think it's
analyst
just going-
commentary, sometime with humor. Yeah, and his humor went downhill too. Like, I listened to some of his shit, and it's just like, dude, it's not even humor anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're saying, but it ain't fucking humor. Let's see. Copy of the police report. All right, this I'm not going to show due to doxing rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring it over here real quick.
Information.
Yeah. Mandatory issue. Want to speak with officers. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. In person, family service, blah, blah, blah. Nick Rekieta, Kaylee, and April all arrested.
The Zoom court hearing was insane, by the way. People were able to join it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Let's see. Felony, description, drugs, fifth degree, drugs, fifth degree, drugs, fifth degree, possession, gross misdemeanor, possession of ammo, /any. So it looks like we've got 2 gross misdemeanors and what's being shown here, and 3 felonies.
Yeah, they said he's probably going to get 25 years. Easy.
Let's see. Mandatory reporters. I don't care about that. That would be whatchamacallit, dude. But yeah. Holy snap, Nick.
And let me be clear. One of my biggest the big red button for me is kids.
Here's the thing. Drama alert. Of course it's drama alert. Why wouldn't they?
Versus Nicholas.
What were you saying?
I was saying that kids are my big red button. If somebody endangers a kid in any way, they can fucking rot in hell. I don't give a damn. Even if they're my best friend. If I hear that a kid was endangered because of them,
that's why I'm pissed off at the second guy, right? I can't remember what his name is, the cut guy.
No, all of them.
But like, well, naturally the others, but just that guy in general, because he's running around saying, I wanted to say something, I should have said something, I didn't say something, and then he takes his own kids around him too.
Yeah, no, he can go to hell
while they're having orgies in the master bedroom, and it's like, dude, you are the biggest piece of shit out of all of them. Because not only are you out here now riding the hype train on it, making bank off of it, as scummy as that is, I get it. Do you? That's scummy. But still, you're out there pleading, trying an apology tour, and you're still the biggest piece of shit.
And he's definitely
you're trying to now save your ass over it instead of take responsibility for your inaction. In fact, you enabled a lot of it.
Yeah.
Whether you want to believe it or not, by not doing anything. I mean, you were cucked and you liked it. That's fine. You can be cucked all day you want, but you endangered those kids. You endangered your own kids.
Yep.
And you've got him running around talking about how they would get strung out and talk about wanting to kill themselves, and that other one apparently telling Nick to to just shoot her or whatnot, get it done with, and then Nick apparently making like 5 times a day gun things in his mouth or whatnot towards her or something, and it's like, and you let the kids be around that? What the fuck?
Yeah, the kids. I'm totally okay with kids going. Apparently, I think I heard that the kids are going with a family member. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
but like, I don't think they'll be in the system. I think they're going
to. No,
they're
going to contact next to kin first. That's procedure. I
And
don't. I mean, granted, the procedure might be different in other states, but most of them that I know of, they contact the next of kin, like a grandmother, a sister, a brother, that sort of thing, of the parents first, and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, something's happened. Can you?" If they
Yeah.
turn them down, then they wind up getting in the system, which sucks.
And like, I'm just like wrapping my head around this has been a week-long endeavor.
Well, yeah, because neither one of us watched his downfall. Otherwise, we would have noticed something ahead of time. This is one of those, the news smacks you, and you're like, what the hell happened to you? You were playing Ace Attorney at Law at one point and having a good time and doing law analytics on stuff.
Pretty wholesome stuff, I'm going to be honest.
And occasionally cracking a halfway decent joke once in a while. And now you're behind bars.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, with that Aaron guy or whatever, I'm just going to call him Aaron because I don't know his name. With that Aaron guy, I guarantee you. Now, I don't have any proof of this, but I'm just saying, I guarantee you from my experience, he's going to get charged, and he's going to get charged as heavy as Nick. But they're going to use him to get information, and then he's going to be twisting in the wind the moment they get stuff out of him. Guarantee that. Because a lot of the
oh shit, I hadn't seen Camelot in a long time too, and
who?
Camelot. Apparently, I guess he became buddies with Nick. Because he's been doing some things.
I don't know who that is. So
Camelot got his claim to fame by what was it? GameStop stories, I think.
Oh, was that during the
GameStop retail stuff?
Stock rush thing?
No, it was horror stories from working with GameStop and shit.
Oh,
like that.
Okay, yeah.
If I remember correctly, I'll have to look because I think I had fallen down this rabbit hole of like retail stories or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the GameStop guy.
Yeah. So what's
but that was like his claim to fame because he did like several videos here about playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made one about men working at GameStop 11 years tells all. 2007 to 2018 nightmare, and that's when he blew up. So he started to blow up after doing retail horror stories from his life and user submitted stuff and things.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, side note, I was trying to look for what's his face's name.
I know it starts with A.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping somebody would put it in the fucking title of something, but Aaron. It's Aaron.
It is Aaron. I got it right.
Aaron Inholt. Yeah, anyway. But yeah. So let's take a look at this because I think they did this hearing for Nick, right?
Yeah.
And it got trolled heavily. It got trolled really bad.
Yeah, this is the state of Minnesota versus Nicholas Robert Rekieta. Am I saying that correctly? You told me before.
Yes, sir, Rekieta.
I have your date of birth is December 16, 1981.
Yes, sir.
Currently reside at 1229.
Keep in mind, these judges and a lot of these people are ancient. Before they were here before the dinosaurs, so they don't really know how to use tech.
Yeah. Based on 3 counts to a complaint order for detention. The record should reflect that Alex Kornahachi appears for the state of Minnesota. Mr. Rekieta, you are self-representing yourself at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Count 1 is second-degree possession, 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine. This is in violation of Minnesota Statute 152.022, Subdivision 2, Print A, Print 1. The maximum sentence for that count is 25 years in prison and/or a $500,000 fine. Count 2 is possession of ammunition or any firearm with the user of controlled substances. This is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum sentence is 364 days in the Kandawai County Jail and/or a $3,000 fine. Count 3, endangerment of a child when present with a sale or possession of a controlled substance. Again, a gross misdemeanor. Maximum.
You want your coke out, Nick, and kill yourself, you stupid motherfucker.
I'm going to warn everyone again. This is a court proceeding. If you were in a courtroom with me,
Yeah.
we would remove you. So, any
Judge,
violation of that will be removed. Ms. Block?
Judge, I just disabled people the ability to unmute themselves, so I will work to unmute people as they need to speak to the court this morning.
All right, thank you.
That's mute.
Aside from Mr. Rekieta and Mr. Kornahachi, no one needs to at this point. Lastly, I think I was saying that the count 3 gross misdemeanor has a maximum sentence of 364 days and/or a $3,000 fine. Mr. Rekieta, you understand what you've been charged with? And second question, the maximum sentences associated with each count?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, at least Katie there knows how to mass mute everybody.
Yeah. Did you notice anything during that?
What?
Okay, 2 things. 1, he's self-representing.
Yeah, I know that.
Fucking stupid.
Well, he's a lawyer.
No, it's still not good to self-represent because then you can't make. There's a lot of claims of defense you cannot make once you self-defend. That's why it's one of the worst things you can do.
Know anything about that?
Yeah, you can't you can't claim insanity. You can't claim. There's a lot of things.
Well, we know he's not insane.
I know, but what I'm saying is I use as an example. There's a lot of things that when you self represent, you can't plead. You can't. There's a lot of things you can no longer plead. This was not a smart move, and even a lot of lawyers were saying the same thing. That what's he think? What could he possibly think? Secondly, partway through, he started getting the shakes.
Well, that's because he noticed everybody appearing in the courtroom. That one dude talked about him, KYSing.
Yeah, but what I'm also thinking is that that's drug withdrawal.
Yeah, that too.
Because he's never been stressed about people in the chat or anything like that. I think that's straight drug withdrawal.
Let's see.
The funny thing is, you know where I learned about all the representation nuances? From Rekieta.
Let's see. Let's trust system.
The weird thing is, he doesn't seem to have. Maybe it's just me. He didn't look to have much remorse about the whole situation, but there was one guy who claimed that he was trying to blame other people. It's a shit show.
Oh, let's see. I'm looking at defendants who self-represent, and it affords him better access to things, essentially, so he can defend himself.
I mean, yeah, that's a given, but there's also a lot of things you can't do.
Well, it doesn't say anything about things you can't do, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't know anything about that.
And neither am I. I'm just going off of what I've heard.
I mean, you could I mean, technically, you could probably say you're self-representing and still make the claim of insanity, depending on how you carry yourself.
That's the one thing I'm positive on, though, is that you forego that. And
Well,
there was
according to
something else.
this, Justa, you are afforded all the rights you would have originally had.
Okay, maybe that's changed then. I don't know.
So it's just you don't have legal counsel outside of yourself, but you are still allowed to ask for counsel after the fact.
Okay.
However, if you were jailed, it allows you access to things like the library and stuff in order for you to, handle your own case.
Yeah.
And
I actually heard a story about a
apparently,
guy.
people do that. You will also file like frivolous motions to disrupt the case as well. So,
Yeah, I actually heard of a guy who was wrongfully convicted, and he represented himself, and he actually learned how to become a lawyer in jail,
that'd be
and
funny.
and literally got his freedom because he learned how to become a lawyer in jail. Self-represented,
Yeah,
won the
just
case.
FYI, you don't need college to learn a lot of stuff.
No.
You just need access to the internet.
Yep.
Oh shoot! I hit my thing. But yeah, so the downfall of Nick.
Yeah,
This is
it's
probably
sad,
it.
but
For him. I don't see how he's going to get out of this at all, outside of with pleading insanity. But yeah, he made a lot of bad decisions, and it's probably not going to be much left of him. What is it?
During the time. Man you see on the screen is Nick Rekieta of the YouTube channel Rekieta Law, a channel that rose to prominence during the time, especially during the time of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. According to Social Blade,
Oh my gosh, stop that. He did not. It was Vic Mignogna is what really brought him up. I mean, sure, he got a ton of viewership during that, and then it dropped back down to previously.
yeah.
he got phenomenal views. However, since then, his views have dropped off massively. Consistently, he has been losing 2,000 subscribers every month for 2 years now. When one falls as hard as they do, it is inevitable they're going to choose a darker path. During the Depp trial, some of those more negative traits rose to prominence, including excessive consumption. Let's call it that. I mention this because
he was drinking a lot.
Oh,
But
yeah.
He did that like since the beginning.
And the thing is, a lot of people said you don't need to drink so much, even back then.
Yeah, he was drinking a lot and definitely had some alcoholism going on.
I do have a theory because of the way Nick looks. I got this feeling that Nick might have got some bad medical news. And
no, he just hasn't eaten. He's been doing hard drugs.
No, well, I know that, like here, but I'm saying like before that, to flip so hard in your life, that is pretty much you're good. Like, Zio, you can't tell me that if you had like not even multiple thousands, but just 2,000 subscribers paying you monthly, you could live off that, couldn't you?
Probably. Depends on how much they're paying, I guess.
I would assume like $5, but I could live off that. You could live off that.
Well, surely I can't do math. So, calculator. Yes, I don't have enough fingers and toes for this.
That's 10 grand. That's 10 grand a month.
Is that really?
Yeah, before taxes.
Oh wait, I did that wrong.
That's 2,000 times 5.
5 times 2,000 for fuck's sake. Can I not type? That is 10 grand. You cut that by what, 0.25 for taxes?
Yeah, so let's do times 0.25.
So that's about 40 grand to the government.
Yeah, so that's 10,000 minus 2,500. 7,500 a month. Dude, that is almost half a year's worth of expenses for me.
Let's see. How much is that again?
7,500 a month after taxes.
That is more than I make in a month. Yes, I could live off of that, and I could live off of it comfortably.
Yeah, same.
very comfortably.
Very
actually.
comfortably. This is insane. He had a paid off house.
Yeah.
There is no reason to do this other than either you are that much of a weak man to be influenced by others, or you got some bad medical news and you said, fuck life.
No, I just think it was the alcoholism and then the drugs.
Yeah.
And since they were apparently swingers, or I guess supposedly, technically Nick was the instigator of that. Because he apparently, wanted to upgrade or something and make it okay.
I mean, you saw that's his wife there, so
Where's the picture of all of them?
I don't know. Did you go to a different webpage?
I don't know.
Anyway. Don't want you to play that.
Images.
Oh, there's the machine with the cotton candy.
Yeah. So there was a picture of all three of them somewhere. Maybe I didn't have it brought up.
Yeah,
But,
I saw.
it looked like his side piece was much better looking than his wife. So
yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
so his wife was pretty strung out. You could tell. So
yeah, and that due to the fact that him and his wife in those photos of right here,
yeah,
and then the current photo of the other one isn't as bad. They were already on the drugs beforehand.
Oh, you think so?
I think they were the ones already on the drugs ahead of time.
Ooh,
before
okay.
Aaron and them came into the picture. I mean, that's speculation, but that's just based off of appearance because the girlfriend doesn't look near half as bad as they do.
Yeah.
She looks much better. Which means, yeah, sure, she was in on the drugs and getting high and everything else when they started doing their thing, whenever that was. But I think they were on it much longer than that. They had the money, they fell into it.
That makes sense.
He did, because he was drinking so heavily and he needed something else because you're an alcoholic and it stops doing the thing it does. You need a better high.
Yeah.
Well,
so
yeah. I mean, that's my theory.
What you saw on the screen, which was at the end of a 4-hour stream, where Nick clearly looks like he's lost far too much weight and looks very much under the weather and needs to get some help, he got arrested, hence the mug shot.
There's one.
There it is.
Yeah, look at her. She is way better looking than the other two right now.
Yeah.
For some, and I as somebody who has personally seen people use drugs long term, I've seen what it does to them. They look like they have been doing drugs much longer than she has.
Yeah, you're right. You are 100% right.
Have on the screen.
Which is why my first thing was, is he on meth? Because we have meth heads around here, which is why I've been exposed to that sort of thing and have seen what it does to people.
Here too. In fact, I think it's become a sport.
Nick and Kayla have both been charged with 5th-degree possession of narcotics, as has April. Updates will follow once more is known.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired too, Nick. Oh, but anyway. Yeah, so that's the downfall of Nick. I don't think he's going to be back anytime soon.
I already heard he lost his license.
Yeah, that's kind of a given. It's just checking him in. Oh, by the way, your license is gone. Or do you mean disbarment?
Disbarment, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Charges like this will probably get you disbarred almost immediately. So he's not coming back as a lawyer. If he does, he'll have to come back to the YouTube circuit. Question is anybody going to ever watch him again? Outside of the devoted few.
I don't think so.
I think his career is done everywhere at this point. But it's not going to matter if he gets 25 to life, so...
Yeah, well, 25, he's probably, around our age, I would think?
Well, the judge was listing things, and it's like 25 for the drug, right?
Well, no, I'm saying, like, how old is Nick?
Oh, Nick is 40, I think. Yeah, 42. He's older than both of us.
If he got minimum sentencing, 25, you're looking at him coming out at 65 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he's done. He'll be a Walmart greeter.
Yep.
You know, providing they still have them and they're not robots at that point. But anyway, on to other news. From the bad stuff, Helldivers CEO steps down and moves into a new role. So, Arrowhead Game Studio CEO and Helldivers 2 director John, is it pronounced John? Johan? Okay, I'm bad with names. I can't even pronounce his last name, so it doesn't matter. Has announced that he is stepping down from the position to become the studio's chief creative officer and hopes the move will allow him to focus more on Helldivers and its community. Which, you know, I get it. I understand.
How bad do you have to fuck up for the CEO have to go, you know what? I'm doing your job now.
It's not that.
I'm joking, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it
might be that.
If it was other things, that might be the case. But, I mean, their team seems to be doing a bang-up job.
They are.
But at the same time, Johan here isn't exactly CEO material for something so massive. He's noticed that. He understands that. So he's put somebody else in place, a friend of his that, you know, he trusts, who's better at that position because he's more of a creative guy. And I get that. I understand that.
That's smart.
So he can now go down into the trenches and help with the things that the game really needs, because the game has been struggling at things like balance and stuff, which is why you'll have like one gun that is like the definite gun, but then they have to balance it. Like when they shrunk the clip size of my breaker. I'm salty about that.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, let me tell you something. You know why I haven't played Helldivers in like a while now?
Because we haven't gotten around to it.
No, there's actually a reason I haven't played it.
Sony?
That's one reason, but no.
Oh, yeah.
When something says armor piercing, it needs to fucking pierce armor.
It does.
No, it don't.
But it does.
I have guns that say armor piercing, light armor piercing, medium armor piercing, but I don't know. I don't know
what the problem is. We don't understand what is light armor versus heavy armor.
Thank you. And also, if I see something that's medium armor piercing, I was like, oh, light armor piercing. Maybe this will work on a charger. It doesn't. Okay, I need medium armor piercing.
Heavy armor.
Let me get to that. I get a weapon that says medium armor piercing. I go to shoot. It doesn't work. Well, now I need something that has heavy armor piercing. Oh, wait, there isn't.
Yeah. The primary weapons aren't designed to be able to take down the big guns. That's what the stratagems are for. I get that. What I think what Chad needs personally is a codex of the bugs and bots.
Yes.
So we can look at it and
go,
stats. Oh, those joints are medium armor or light armor, which means if I hit the joints of the TI-83s, they'll go down.
Well, another issue is that
then you have to work on your aim.
Kiss my ass. Another issue is with that is the mechs. The mechs should be like, oh shit, they're coming kind of thing. And the mechs are just paper dragons. You get in it and then you blow up.
Yeah, there was actually talk about that at one point. And I don't know if they fixed it or not. Because the things you call the mechs for are heavy hitters, unfortunately.
They don't do
and
that.
Then the heavy hitters get one hit and blown up.
Yeah, like I can't take down a charger with a mech.
Yeah, apparently the mech is designed to take down the hordes of tiny things. But they were also at one point there was another mech they were looking at adding too. So
Well, no, they are supposedly is adding a second mech, but I'm like, you guys ain't got the first one right yet. If I shoot a giant rocket out of a mech, it should fuck up anything that hits.
it's not a giant rocket; it's the standard rocket.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that I can't even take out a Bile Titan with it, I should be able to blow up the armor off of it.
It actually does feel like the missiles were weaker, but I think they actually addressed that too, if I remember correctly. You just haven't used it since.
Yeah.
The mech was definitely underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I've not really unlocked it. It was just underwhelming. But at the same time, they've added things, they've tweaked things since then. You just haven't been back to try it out. I mean, they have walkers for crying out, or not just walkers, but they have the big, Hoth moving four-legged whatever things now.
Well, see, that's my problem is they're doing more with the enemies that we can't even kill than they are us able to defend and fight them. So it's
been releasing things too for that. I mean, there was a whole set of weapons coming out when you last played after the last set that just came out.
Yeah, and every time I'm seeing a lot of people going, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, great."
No, I don't see that. I see people loving the new stuff, so and talking about how overpowered it is. It's just not my play style.
Anyway,
I think the stuff that came out right about the last times that we were playing, people were talking about how that last rifle on the thing is like a one-shot kill from a lot of stuff that normally wouldn't be a one-shot. The problem is it's got a clip of 5. So it was the explosive pack or something, the explosive war bond thing that they were doing.
Okay.
And then since then they've had the Arctic one, and maybe they've got another one out. I just hadn't paid attention to the news since the Arctic one.
But what I've heard from CEO becoming and his plans for the game as the creative officer sound great. Kind of dialing back the balancing to kind of get a better scope on it. I remember him saying that. They talked about getting rid of the hazards and the reduced stratagem for higher difficulties. So
that was just planetary hazard things.
Yeah, the planetary hazards seem to not really go as they had anticipated, I guess.
I hope they don't remove them because I loved them. I'm sorry. I know some people have a habit of jumping in the fire and staying in the fire and letting the fire creep up on them. But aside from that, I enjoyed the hazards. I never really had a problem with them. It was just a pain when you were down one stratagem. That hazard I absolutely hate and will avoid for the remainder of my life. Other than that, I was fine with all the hazards. I didn't really have any issues with them. They were fine. They were great. They brought in a new dynamic that you had to look out for.
I liked them too. I'm going to be I like them, but
better transversing of the map would be nice, which, the addition of a vehicle they were talking about would help with that. Of course, the downside is it's a one-time thing, and once it blows up, and it's probably going to be easily blown up,
Well, also, I think with the tornadoes, I think they need to dial back the fire tornadoes. I think they need to dial back the amount.
No.
There were times where I saw 20 tornadoes. Just
it was covering the whole planet.
Yeah,
it was fun. I think they need to dial back the fire damage to the player
Yeah.
and increase the fire damage to the bugs, because that was one of the other lackluster things, like the incinerator. Um, whatchamacallit?
The flamethrower.
Shotgun.
Oh,
No, the
okay.
shotgun.
Yeah.
It was great. I love it, especially on the bugs. The problem is because not once the fire was bugged. So if you weren't the host, any shots that put things on fire didn't actually put them on fire, it turned out, for a while.
Wow.
Which is why when you were using the incinerator breaker, it did more damage than when I was using incinerator breaker because you were hosting.
Oh.
And I was like, this gun sucks ass. And you're
And
like,
I'm
no, it's
like-
fucking amazing. And I'll watch you melt something. And I'm like, well, I'm not getting that. What the hell?
Oh, shit.
Which is why I
Okay.
swapped from that to the other breaker. Because it just did better.
Well, I think they also should make it so that different types of damage is more better used on the different enemies. So like if you're fighting
Well, it is. Like fire is more effective on the bugs, while explosive is more effective on the robots.
Yeah, I think not even explosives should be that effective on the robots. I think it should be power weapons.
Define what a power weapon is, because I don't know.
Lightning, zap.
Oh, yeah, I think that did better too, but there was only like 2 guns in the whole game that have Tesla properties.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and
like
a tower.
Yeah, add more of them, and then
And
make
one
it.
came in that war bond, so and
Yeah,
one
like
was a secondary weapon.
Yeah. So
Yeah, a few more of those would be nice, or something with ice properties would be cool too. Cryogenic.
yeah,
But yeah, they needed to increase fire damage because it was kind of lackluster. Because napalm was useless.
oh yeah,
Like I love the idea of napalming a hole that a bug breach. Great, chef's kiss. The thought of them coming up and burning to death as they come out. Problem is, it didn't do enough damage to even kill the tiny ones half the time.
yeah. Unless you were the
Some of
host,
them
and
would
even
die,
then,
but the others would all swarm out anyway. So they had to buff that, but then when they buffed that, it also did increase damage to the player. So if you barely stepped in fire, you died immediately or had to immediately use a stem
yeah,
just to survive, because there was no surviving just your foot standing in a piece of fire for a split second. They need to reduce the damage to the player with fire while increase the fire damage to enemies.
yeah. That would be a great improvement for sure.
And the 50 caliber, the 500K bomb needs to be fixed.
Oh yeah, I heard they were going to fix that. I don't know.
We drop these hell bombs on things, right? But
Yep.
I feel like the 500 kilogram bomb that they drop should go off more power, with more power than the freaking hell bomb.
Yeah, it should cover a bigger range too. It should be oh god, run.
It should be that, oh shit, here's a nuke button, because you can use it one time in the match. It needs to match the power. The power of it needs to match the usage.
And
Half the time it misses because it's not very accurate anyway.
Yeah.
When it
and
should.
the damage is reduced the further from ground zero you are. So.
And it needs to be a much bigger thing. If I drop that in the middle of a giant nest, it should be enough to take out that nest. It doesn't have to be bigger than that, but it should take out the entire big thing.
Yeah.
If I threw it in the center of like a large hive, right?
Yeah. It should be
holes,
able to.
Should be big enough to decimate that. I think if they worked it to do that, then it would be worth its cost. But I mean, I was so excited to get that thing, and then found out how I was better off bringing a strafe run or something.
Orbital laser.
The orbital laser, yeah, definitely the orbital laser. It did more work than that thing does.
Yeah.
But just the standard bombing run. Not the first one you get, but like the second one or something that you have access to from the Eagles.
Yeah.
So, that was way more useful. It did more that was more strategically useful to me than the 500K was ever.
You could take out small and even some medium nest with it.
You could take out the large ones with several of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you take one, you throw it to the other side, it comes through and takes out like 4 holes on its run from front to back.
Yep.
And then you'd run in and, if you got another one, throw another one, on the other side, then chuck a grenade in the final 2 or something.
No, they need that nuke for how rare it is and the fact that you have to rearm, get another one.
Yeah, like you can get 2 if you get the bonus that increases like the Eagle armaments by like 1, right?
But you get unlimited, but the problem is you have to rearm after each use.
No, I thought you were only limited 1 per round. It was like the lasers limited to 3.
And then you got to
the
rearm.
500 kilo. You can't rearm the laser.
Oh no!
And
You
then
can
the
rearm
500 kilogram was a
by the
one-time
Eagle.
use.
No, the nuke's dropped by the Eagle.
Yeah.
The orbital stuff from the orbital platform, or our ship. Those are the one-time use things that after they're spent, they're spent.
Well,
But
no, because you can use the precision thing way more often.
Yeah, precision strike is from the Eagle.
No, not precision strike. The what is it? The cannon, the big cannon that shoots. You get one of those, and then it has to cool down.
But cooldown's different, but no, the nuke doesn't come from the shit. I'm telling you, dude. All you gotta do is rearm.
Yeah, you can't rearm that thing. I don't think.
I'm almost positive. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive you can.
See, 500 kilogram bomb. It's 1 stratagem available at 15. Uses 1. Upgrade 2. Let's see. Cooldown times 8 seconds. Eagle, however, is approximately 1 second later. Impact itself to. Current bomb deals enormous damage to an enemy or building, providing it actually hits.
Yeah.
Significant damage. This does have the side effect of being relatively safe to drop. Unlike other bombing runs where the Eagle swoops in particular to a Helldiver from left to right, deploying swoops from behind the Helldiver, which of course comes into another issue because it kept hitting Helldiver shields. This causes strike much like strafing run. Against large targets with a bit of practice. It doesn't really. Doesn't say. It just says 1 use, 2 with upgrades.
It's whatever.
Let me see if I can find some verbiage real quick. Yeah, well, I'm curious now. Because if I could actually use that more. And I want to know what the name of that one is. I couldn't think. The rail cannon. Orbital rail cannon strike. That's what it was called.
Yeah, orbital. That's... Yeah.
Yeah. And the Eagle Air Strike is the one that I normally use. Let's see. Yeah. Orbital Air Strike uses unlimited with 210 cooldown. Let's see. So cooldown. Illegal strong. Yeah, it's pretty sure it's just the 1. Yeah, it's just the 1 use.
No, it's not.
Well, according to this, it is. What do you mean you just found it?
Hang on. I'm gonna DM this to you. Why is gilded?
It's the only one that has a use, except for maybe.
Somebody asked this very question on their theme page.
Yeah, like that and the orbital laser are the only things that have a use listed in the thing here.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, hang on.
Is 500 really one use only? This thing about.
Yeah, no,
Let's see.
you just rearm. Everybody's saying.
Example. What's out of ammo? Mailer. Oh, it goes on cooldown like all that. Well, see, its cooldown is 8 seconds, according to the thing. Let's see. Reloading is 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, basically you have to tell if you have other stratagems, it won't automatically go to rearm because it still has other stratagems for the eagle. But if you tell it to manually rearm, it'll grab another nuke or another 2 nukes.
I don't know. I just know this thing here says it doesn't have it.
It just says
Meanwhile, the things that we know that are limited actually have uses, while the other stuff that doesn't. So that's what I'm working with. Patriot exosuit. Anyway. I guess it doesn't matter. I was just curious because I really thought it was just one use. I never had it rearm.
Well, it's the thing. Did you have when you had it? Did you had other eagle stratagems? That's the thing. You had other
Well, yeah,
eagle.
I probably did, but I routinely send them to rearm when we're not in combat, so I never got it back, which is why I was so thrown for a loop when we were using them because, like, when we used the laser cannon, maybe it was bugged then because when we used the laser cannon, I remember a point where you threw 2, I threw 1, and then suddenly I had no more laser cannons. I'm like, what the fudge? We should each have 3 uses. They're not linked, are they? And then you couldn't find any uses on yours either left. And it's like, okay. And I'm pretty sure that's not how it was designed. You know what I mean? So maybe it was just bugged back then. But I'm looking at the fandom wiki, and it only says 2 uses to it if you've got the upgrade. Well, the other items
You're gonna
don't
want your
really
perk cards to start.
specify. No, shoot, wrong button.
Well, guess
Don't
what,
really
Zio? I'm about to
specify.
find out.
So, are you loading it up just to get
I'm
in
already
there?
loaded up. I'm about to jump.
All right. Well, let's
I'm way
move
too
on to the
curious
next
to
part.
let this go now.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really curious too because I want to know if it was a bug or not at this point. Because I know when we first used it, it was a one-time use because I tried using it and I blew us up with it. Anyway, Helldiver owner says he wants the studio to become the new Blizzards, which I just don't. I don't know. It's probably not likely. However, I can go ahead and just say this: the studio itself seems to be kind of run similar to old Blizzard.
Yeah.
With the exception of Sony's interference in it. It's like gamers for games, or gamers making games for gamers kind of deal, which is what old Blizzard was. So the studio itself already is the new, like the old Blizzard. But it's probably not going to be on Blizzard level unless they branch out and make other games. Because that's what Blizzard had to do too. Right? They made Warcraft and they had the Diablo series and a few other things here and there. And then WoW really blew them up.
Yeah.
But then,
I
Helldivers 2 reached similar levels to WoW when it released. Like,
I
WoW
love
was posting
Warcraft.
16, 18, 20 million players at one point in time back in its heyday. And Helldivers 2 hit the 16 mil mark. So, it was hot on its trail right there. But unless they start pumping out some other games to go with it, like Blizzard did, Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, and that's where it really took off. So you could see the makings of a new Blizzard, but they also have to come out with some new IPs to go along with Helldivers. And right now their hands are full with Helldivers because making games in modern day is a bit different than it was back then.
Eagle 1 leaving combat zone to resupply, Zio. I wonder what they're resupplying.
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I only got a bomb, so I'll know in 2.5 minutes.
All right. Well, maybe it was bugged then. Anyway, Atari has apparently acquired Intellivision.
Yeah.
Why does Atari? Isn't Intellivision? I'm so confused. This is a very rare opportunity to unite former competitors and bring together fans of the golden age of gaming. We'll rebrand and continue distribution of the Americo console. Yeah, they're the ones who did the Americo console that everybody couldn't wait for and had its definite haters. So what exactly does this mean?
So yeah, with this, I was like, okay. You guys are a little late.
I mean, is the Americo really like jumping up and down? Because I felt disappointed by the Americo from Intellivision.
Amigo, you mean?
The Amico, the AMICO.
That's Amiga.
Amico,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, it was.
I
just
felt like
wasn't really
kind of
well received. I think that, like a lot of consoles, if there was more time put into it.
I felt kind of let down by it. Like it just wasn't what I was expecting, I guess. Like I don't even know if it did well, to be totally honest. It kind of like fell off of the radar. It came out and just fell off the radar. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, I mean, both these companies are old as dirt.
Well, yeah.
Eagle back in the fight. Let me throw the second bomb.
All right. It's got more than one use now. Yeah, this thing was retailing at $279 and $299 and $249 apparently, with 2 gigs of RAM to run its stuff. I don't know. It just let's see. Oh, I guess its release got delayed because of COVID.
Oh wait, this is different than Amico. Oh, you're right. That is called Amico.
I mean,
I was
it may
thinking
not be.
Amiga Vision.
The Amico console.
Huh. What would be on it though?
It was old stuff. It was, I guess, the best way to put it. It was, I guess, it's similar to like the NES Classic,
Oh,
just with
okay.
older stuff on it. Needed to
I'm thinking
face.
ColecoVision, not Amigo.
The
ColecoVision.
Atari SA announced that. I guess they ran out of funds and sold to Atari. Is what happened.
Sounds about right.
Step down because like their CEO, this guy here,
Yeah.
was making all the rounds several years ago on several different podcasts and things. You know, pumping this thing, and it had definite haters. And at the time, I think my disposition was different. But now that I'm thinking about it again, I'm like, what the hell happened to it? Where did it go?
Well, I think that with Atari buying it, they might be able to come out with it and have both television and Atari games on it.
I thought it already came out, but apparently it got pushed back due to the pandemic, and then was further delayed in 2021. Let's see. Build of the console's operating system was released at the end of 2021. Console wasn't released by 2022. And television closed the campaign 3 weeks after. 2022, some pre-orders of the Ameco was canceled. Did it just crash and burn? Shit, I think it might have crashed and burned.
Well,
Wow. Shit. Yeah, I mean, it's 2024. You still ain't got the working console, and Atari has bought you at this point.
I mean, if you don't promote it, what do you expect?
Well, see, that's the thing. It was being promoted before the pandemic. I saw it all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I think the guys over at the Krillcast were like super excited about it too, and we talked about it at one point.
Yeah, but if you don't keep promoting it, it's going to fall out of people's minds.
Our type.
Like, really think about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't, it does fall off.
Oh yeah, I saw that Reform Gen 4 was going to be on it, and I was like, I'm not going to buy a console just for one game. Especially because I don't think it was
I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm not going to tell you to pirate it. Everything that they were offering can easily be, how can I say this, emulated and preserved on your personal console or system.
Personal PC.
Yeah, on your personal PC. So you do you, boo.
Well, I think this was a good move, though. Atari definitely has more oomph, and now they have more IPs to work with. So I think this was a smart move because it was a cheap and advantageous move.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure. It seems to have just fallen off, so I don't know if Atari's even going to do anything with it.
Well, I'm talking
outside
about
of shielding television brand.
I'm talking about the IPs, not really.
Well, does Atari even really do anything?
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Okay, when's the last time you had a legit Roller Coaster Tycoon come out?
You asked. I just answered.
Okay, when's the last time one of those actually came out?
I don't remember.
Well, let's take a look at Atari.
Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
I know Atari has stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. But when's the last time they really did something that wasn't... I don't know.
They haven't done anything new, really, that I can remember.
I guess their game library spans to 1999. That was the last thing.
What about
Monster
that one, 2001 to present? Was that anything?
It just says Atari SA. Doesn't say their games, but let's look. Glance. Namco Bandai purchased. Oh, Namco owns a portion of it, I guess.
Oh,
Atari Interactive filed for bankruptcy in 2013.
oh yeah. How about that?
Let's see, Atari VCS. Because they're now Atari something.
Yeah.
Because they did like bankrupt and die and then came back and all that stuff.
Yeah. It was something to. It was a little something interesting to go over.
Anyway. So yeah. Let's see. Some snow breaks. Containment zone fans consider the refusal of the English VAs to work on it as a case of okay, yeah. Jeez, I
This is a
forgot
good
what
one.
this was about. Okay, so here we go. Apparently, an English voice actor for something called Snowbreak Containment Zone, which we should probably bring up and actually look at. That is totally the wrong button on my keyboard. But yeah, apparently refused to return due to the game's focus on fan service. Fans seemingly unbothered by this. But apparently, some English voice actor got upset because some game is dealing heavy in fan service, and it was too much for that snowflake. So, which is kind of funny because it's called Snowbreak.
Yeah.
But anyway, is a gacha game that previously cut its English dub last year after evaluating voice-over performance. This means most people will probably listen in Japanese anyway. However, as the game has slowly gained more popularity, they have seemingly reached out to English VAs to bring them back. The problem is because a lot of the English VAs are, pussies. They, of course, probably did their march and whatnot. Like, you need to change these things. And I guess this company decided to say, no, just say the damn lines. And then they marched out in protest. And they were like, okay, whoops. No skin off our back. But Snowbreak English voice actors don't want to go back voicing the game because the game is more focused on fan service. That's right. Get bent, VAs. You don't want the job? Good, good riddance.
Yeah.
The fans' response to this news has ranged from apathetic to celebratory, with some considering VAs officially filtered or gatekept from the hobby. Damn right it was. This implicit is that they dislike the fan service. They probably dislike the game and may not be professional when performing. There's been a growing schism and nerdy fandoms between old school anime and manga fans and the fans who hold contempt for fan service and other samples in the medium. There's not much left on that.
So I might have something pertaining to this actually.
I'm trying to open this up real quick so we can actually see the damn thing. Let's see. Wait, isn't this a mobile game I keep seeing ads for?
I don't know.
I think it is. Well, I mean, it's a gacha game. Yeah. Download App Store, Windows, Epic Store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next page. Yeah, let me grab a quick video of it real quick.
So
we
say
can
this
maybe-
doesn't look too fan servicey, to be honest. Like it's pretty standard affair.
Well, see, it's standard for anime, right?
Yeah.
My opinions are my own. Let's just make that clear. We're reaching a point in gaming where there's starting to be a lot of actually good anime games, tons of fantasy RPGs, and quite a few futuristic.
Give me some gameplay, will you?
Type in gameplay. Gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I want more continuous than snippets of screen, or of stuff. So that's the intro. Here's the gameplay. So the fan service, I'm sure, is jiggle physics, short skirts, short shorts, and jiggle physics. Because that's the kind of thing that these VAs and actors and whatnot are apparently very allergic to.
Well, yeah, because they're all ugly, fat, obese land whales.
I'm not gonna lie, that's for a mobile game, that's kind of tight. Gameplay wise.
I'm actually surprised. That's I'm not sure if this is on. No, this is on computer right now.
Yeah, it's on PC.
Still.
So it's probably, I don't know if that means it was Windows.
Yeah.
Windows can either be through the Microsoft Store or possibly Steam. But it's also Epic Game Store, so it's probably through the Windows Store, which, screw that shit.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
But I do have Epic and I use it for Fortnite, so yeah, that's something I can do. But
see, that's the thing is 90% you're looking from the back, so, and it's not really all super fan servicey to me. It seems like a standard game. Like,
yeah, but I bet it's got like fan servicey things like through cutscenes or something. Because they can't handle something like what you're seeing right now.
is this a little girl in a dress? What the fuck?
Well, they have this habit of yelling anything anime is, if it looks young, you're somehow a pedo.
I mean, I would get it if it was like a love interest, but if it's just a fucking character, it's just a fucking character.
Let's see.
There's not even jiggle physics. Look at this.
There seems to be some slights there. Oh, look, cleavage. Is that cleavage? Yeah, that's an idea. I'm looking to see if there's anything in between, like, like one of those romance type things where you can like poke at the character or something, and then they make like a little remark or something.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't. Trailer? Wait, let's just at least look at the first trailer, I guess.
Right.
See if it has any fan service.
Large-scale Titan, requesting hydro force support.
Oh, that is a big woman.
Oh, you know what they're probably crying about this. Oh no, it's the
They have titties.
Repeat, requesting hydro force support. Repeat, let's go!
Leave it to me. Engage. Seal the area.
It's showtime.
Damn, she just executed that dude.
On our star.
Got a shotgun.
Nowhere near as bad as. Always check for the reload. Sniper.
9 long nights in the name of my own wounds. Here it comes!
Okay, so I think what it was, if I'm to, speculate on it,
Okay.
it's anime. They wanted to change things for the modern audience. Like those shorts right there, the split between the stocking looking thing, that wouldn't exist for the modern audience. And the guys who created this, or girls, or whoever it was from Japan, said, "Go suck a dick. We're
Good.
not doing
Because
that."
it's just fucking thigh-high boots and short shorts.
And they were upset, so they quit. Because I'm not really seeing any real fan service out of this.
Good. They're
either.
disposable and they're replaceable.
Yeah. And I would rather play PSO2 anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, you did have a thing. I think I found the vent account of one of the voice actors. This disrespect from weebs is fucking unreal. You don't deserve localization. Learn Japanese if you love your weeb dub so much, because you can't function if the text isn't in English. Retards and pedos, all of you. See, I told you, it's anime.
Yep.
Therefore, they're suddenly pedos.
Yep.
Because weebs, no one asked weeb. Go back to listening to trash dub. Trash. You must be mistaken with the boomer JPVAs. JP dubs are fucking awful. God forbid VAs have any self-respect. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, I will take a broken Japanese dub over the bullshit that these brain
That
dead.
is true. I mean, back in the day, we got things like All Your Bases Belong to Us. And it's
That was
classic now.
Amazing. Also, one of my favorite Japanese dubs, English dubs from a Japanese company, is actually Kung Fu Hustle. That movie is so much better in English than it is the Japanese. And I know that I'm probably the minority in that, but like, I've watched it in Japanese with subs, and I've watched it in English dub. And the Japanese who dubbed it in English did such an amazing job making that so entertaining. It was glorious. Oh, it might have been Chinese dub. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Asian dub. Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the meme you sent me.
Oh yeah.
But no, you're fine. There are definitely some things out there where the Japanese English dub is just so much more entertaining.
It really is. Like, I love Kung Fu Hustle with the broken English dub from an Asian company, because I think it might be Chinese, but whatever.
What's really funny is this. I hope you weebs know that you're the minority. You're not normal. You're not better. You're just rude, racist, pedophilic, sexist, and a leech on everyone who's forced to deal with you. Die. Look, honey, darling, dear, bitch, listen to me. If you're dealing with anything Japanese, the weebs are the fucking majority. Because without them, you have no job. Your job as a VA is only granted to you because there are so many fucking weebs now that it is an untapped market that people want to tap into. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, she doesn't have a job now anyway.
I'm sure she found something with something else. Who knows? I hope weebs know that they're the minority. You're not. Oh, that's just double.
Yeah.
The respect from weebs is oh, that's also a double. Okay. But yeah. They might be right. That is probably the vent account of one of the voice actors who lost their job because they decided to walk out, expecting the company to come rushing out the door after them and go, wait, we need you. And they're like, you know what? Most of these people tend to listen to it in Japanese anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Which is not a fucking lie. I mean... Just about any game where it has English VAs and Japanese voiceovers and it is a Japanese game of some sort, if there are subtitles, or especially if it's a game where I don't really have to worry about it, like say DBZ or something like that, like one of the fighting games for Dragon Ball Z or something, or Naruto or anything like that, I turn on the Japanese voices.
Well, you did
like
hear...
all the Gundam games, I did the same thing back in the day. I just would turn on the Japanese voices and never look back. I don't need to listen to the English version of Hero. The Japanese one is better.
Well, here's the funny thing about that. These English voice actors should really need to start kissing everyone's ass because their jobs are hanging on by a thread. And I say that
They
because
need to hire, or they need to start hiring shit.
VTubers?
Yeah, that. They need to start hiring the VTubers for these things.
Some of them are, but
yeah.
Also there's another thing that a lot of these Japanese dub companies are doing or discussing. AI.
Yeah, that too. I mean, wasn't it just about a month ago that we talked about that one who was heavily investing into AI to auto start translating their manga so they could just sell it faster in the US?
Yes.
And wasn't it like the translators, the localizers who were all upset about it, going, "Oh no, we can't do it," and they're like, "Don't worry, we're gonna hold on to somebody to double check it." And they're still like, "No, but wait, what?" It's like until it gets perfected, we're gonna hold on to somebody to double check it. Don't worry, but the rest of you, we don't need you.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying you better start kissing ass. You better be of value. You're not of value like this piece of waste of human biomatter that was doing those replies. Then I will tell you this. You are replaceable. You are disposable. You are irrelevant. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. Anyways, what shall we ever do? Localizers, go fuck yourselves. You're not needed anymore. The further we get on, especially with AI, the less we're going to need you. And I'm not going to shed a tear for you. In fact, I know somebody's favorite thing is, well, wait until AI comes for your job. We'll see how you go then. Don't worry, I have a plan for that, because self-driving trucks could be a thing in the future. And one of two things is going to happen. Either A, I'll be retired by then, or B, I will transition into the job that maintains that system.
Exactly.
I already have the tech behind me that I can easily retrain myself or get the company to retrain me into whatever that position is going to be called, who has to maintain the electronic portion of it through code or whatever it is that needs to be done. I already have a plan in place, so while you go obsolete, I will not.
And in my case, I'm going to just go obsolete because my only plan is to be a content creator, and that's failing horribly.
Yeah, when they replace the guards with the robots, ID, please. You know, Chad's just shit out of luck, but
Oh yeah,
a couch.
Oh no, my security job. No, I'm fucked because they could automate that now.
ID, please.
But they're so stupid.
10 seconds to produce ID, or you will be shot. Gatling guns come out. Oh, wait, what?
There's so many security is so easily automated, but these companies are so not wanting to do that. And you know why? Because when security's there, they take the fall from when shit happens. The client doesn't.
Yeah. But when it becomes more cost effective.
Yep.
So, anyway, a legend has died. Kobashu, the iconic Shiba Inu that inspired countless dog memes has apparently died at the age of 18.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, old man. He's old for dogs. 18.
Yeah, 18's up there.
He did pretty good for his life. He became one of the most iconic memes, the face of Dogecoin, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, the Doge meme. Later, NFT digital artwork sold for $4 million. Holy snap!
Oh, look at that little doggo. He is not happy.
Oh, he's
カボちゃんが
old.
来てから腰を抜かすって驚いてもうびっくり仰天。そういうことの連続で、そうですよね。次に同時コインになったり。
Sorry, he is a she. I didn't realize that. Look at him getting all the pets.
Oh,
thing in the art world called provenance, where we purchase the actual photo, the famous Doge photo from Matsuko herself, and we hold it in the organization, kind of like the Mona Lisa sits inside the Louvre. And so we kind of, a lot of people consider the Doge to be like the Mona Lisa of the internet.
oh.
We can barely eat.
When that day comes, I think that, I think the world will mourn, but then hopefully continue to remember what Doge really represented. What were the deeper values there? The wholesomeness, the silliness, the not taking yourself too seriously. And I think
exactly
that's really the legacy that we want to propagate within our community, because I think that's what will make the world a better place and a happier place.
Also, a lot of that breed started getting adopted after that. And anything that helps adoption, pet adoption, I am totally for.
Yep, to the moon. Well, it's a sad day. Anyway, now to get off of the sad stuff, let's go into something more exciting. This game makes you play in a 2D, 3D at the same time. Now wait, what?
Yep.
The fudge is this?
This is Adderall the game. When your attention span is too short for the game you're playing, that you have to play a game within it at all times.
That is unique.
It's unique. It's retarded.
I mean, I don't think I'll play that, but that is screen-bound.
Like, don't get me wrong, I do think it's very unique, but I think the concept is just stupid because you can never put the screen down. It's always there.
No, because the concept is there are things that appear on the screen that you can't actually see, but you can interact with it through the screen. Right? Which is definitely an interesting concept.
At that point, just make a 2D scroller. The 3D element seems
games, and I'm the game director.
Well, see, you're transversing the 3D world.
I'm Kyle. I am the
but there are certain
developer.
things that can only be interacted
And
with through
we're
the
here
2D
today to talk
element.
about the development of the game. I think you were the one that brought it up first, who was just.
I just think this is way overly convoluted.
It hasn't been announced yet. But I mean, you can. Wrong button. Wrong thing. I mean, you can stick in this where there's a ladder there, but there's no actual ladder there. But if you bring the screen up, you have a ladder.
Yeah, I get it. Like, there's probably invisible enemies that you'd have to jump on or whatever.
That's what it looked like in that other trailer. Anyway, so back into Stella Blade news. We did it. censorship removed. Well, some of it. Apparently, they released some new clothing, and instead of having the censored version where you would have like a black t-shirt or something underneath it, cleavage is back. So players rejoice. The censorship's still there, but the new stuff doesn't have it.
Well, they also released apparently they released the outfits that didn't have it and the ones that do have it. So now you just got more options.
Yeah, you got more options. I don't really have much more to say about this.
Yeah, there isn't much. I just thought it was something like, hey, you know what? I like this because it kind of shows the influence that gamers have. And a lot of these people in the industry try to downplay that, but it's like, no, we are your audience. You will listen or you will
yeah,
fail.
they totally downplayed this too. I saw it all over the place where they were like, but did they really? And it's like, no, they did, because everything that they were supposed to have when it came out was slightly censored here and there, because apparently cleavage is a big no-go for these Puritans, right?
I'm a Christian and I'm not as puritanical as these
It is sad that when we talk about these people who were clearly on the left, that I straight up want to call them Christian Puritans every time we talk about them. But then I have to remember they're not. But they act like the 90s Christian Puritans.
But see, that's the thing. Most Christians, especially nowadays, even older Christians, are like...
They've moved past that.
Yeah, they don't care. It's the atheist crowd that's now puritanical for God knows why.
And which is weird. The side that says you don't need religion, who is following the religious cult of the left of wokeism. So, you know. But anyway, yeah, they did release some costumes. They are not censored. You actually see thigh and you can see some cleavage and stuff. So it doesn't have the censorship that the day one patch introduced to everybody, which is a huge win for everybody. So anyone who downplays it to you, you can tell them to go QQ in the nearest corner and cry you a river and move on with your life. Because they're just mad that you finally got something and you made your voices heard. Now, what is this? The reason Twitch can't solve the problem is because Twitch refuses to acknowledge what it is. Asmongold doesn't think Twitch is blurred of sexual content. Well, no, it doesn't. But yeah, Chad was right.
Thank you.
Twitch essentially is moving towards the whole fan site content.
Mm-hmm.
And their thing for it is to apparently blur mature content. Like that's going to work when you have 13-year-olds on your site who are going to click it and get access to it anyway.
In fact, when they see that, they'll probably click faster.
Yeah, probably. See, what is this? Asmongold explains why Twitch blurring content doesn't solve the problem. Well, it doesn't. See, look at that. Bikini, blurred. But, see, Twitch won't actually acknowledge these people as a problem to the site.
No, because they can't afford for them to be banned or punished because
they're simps.
Yeah.
I mean, they get access to it for free without having to go through any of the other hoops. Like, even if they paywalled it somehow, like you click on it and it's like, you know, you best subscribe to it for $5 or some shit like that. The simps over at the Twitch office still get it for free.
Yeah.
They're just not going to.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like I said it before, like Twitch is a porn site masquerading as a gaming site.
Well, let's see. Asmon here is apparently saying the exact same things, right?
Yeah,
this
he's
is going
just
to be so
behind
big. He said, "This is the reason why everybody thinks Twitch is an adult content site."
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's. Well, see, it seemed like they were making strides to stop that, the last time we talked about it, and then they bounced back again.
Which is what I said they would do.
Yeah. It's because people can go to Twitch and they can get recommended all the streams. After checking out the filter options for himself, Aspen was in awe at how well they were working, as many broadcasts in the ASMR and hot tub sections had already been blurred. Damn, get filtered. Oh my god, that was fast. Despite the initial praise, Aspen still had some concerns that this was a band-aid solution that didn't address the problem. Well, he's right. It doesn't.
Yeah,
They
because
won't ban them, and they are routinely breaking the TOS that is routinely being updated to protect them.
yeah, it's a porn site.
Which is why every time one of them get bans for the nip slip or anything else or getting railed on stream, don't worry, guys. She'll be back in 48 hours. Guarantee. I know she's going off on Twitter X about being banned. She'll be back in about 3 days or less.
Yeah.
And it always happens. But if you're a guy,
oh, you are
banned
done
for life. You're done.
So there was a guy who was he actually got a contract with a food service, like, that delivers food. Well, this guy was on Twitch and he did cooking streams, but he would only wear an apron. Now he actually wore shorts, but like you wouldn't tell because it was like above the waist. But this dude was super muscular. He was like Adonis level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he just wore the apron and was cooking, doing a show. He was very engaging, very interactive.
Yeah, we know why he was doing it in just an apron.
Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. Unlike the women, he was banned for life.
Yep.
He didn't come back in a week, 2 weeks, a month, or 3 days. None of that. No, he was gone, nuked.
Oh,
and that's when everybody went, hey, wait a minute.
Which is... It aggravates me that it took that instant of a good-looking guy to get the ban hammer for them to say, wait a minute, when we've had a slew of other people, like during the body paint phase of Twitch with pasties, it was totally okay for you to paint on your breasts with pasties, but the second a dude did it, gone. Permabanned immediately to see, like, we've known about it before that instant.
What
at
killed
least
me?
2 years prior, and then it took that for the rest of the others, whatevers you want to call them, brainlets, to go, wait a minute.
Well, what kills me is a lot of viewers on Twitch will clutch their pearls at how unfair how unfair the enforcement of the rules are. And all I can say now is shut the fuck up, you pay pig, because that's all you are to these people, and that's all you've been doing. You're going to keep doing it because as much as you bitch, you're still clicking on their links. You're still on Twitch. Why haven't you moved to any other platform if it's so damn offensive?
Because it makes the money.
No, I'm talking about the viewers.
Oh. Yeah. But anyway, the reason Twitch can't solve this problem is because Twitch refuses to acknowledge it.
No, they refuse to act on it.
They refuse to acknowledge what it is. That there are women using their platform to sell sexual content. Twitch doesn't want to acknowledge that because it looks like they're trying to suppress women. Because it's like, oh, both genders do this. No, they don't. It's only women.
Yeah. Also, it makes Twitch money.
Yeah. It makes Twitch money, and they direct you to their fans account. There may be 2 guys that do this, and that's it. And there are thousands of women. Men, on the other hand, are buying it. They're creating the market, but you can't say this because it's socially inconvenient, which is true. Because they're so high up on their DEI thermometers up their ass sniffing it from each other, bent over, whatever, with their heads up there, that they can't touch it because then they're attacking women. Oh my god. When they're not. They're enforcing their fucking terms of service.
Yep. What kills me is we go over this like we've known this. We've known this for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like you did. Like I'm going to just say it straight up, Zio. You deserve more credit for this than what Asmongold's getting. You're ahead of the curve. I'm ahead of the curve. There's half a dozen other content creators that are way ahead of the curve on this. But until somebody as big as like Asmongold says it, now
it's nothing. It's just a bunch of incels whining on Twitter X.
Yeah, but now, because he said it. And that kind of thing does legit annoy the hell out of me because it's like, what makes him saying it more important than you saying it, me saying it, It's a Gundam saying it?
Yeah, and he's saying the same thing we said, too. He also took issue with the site's refusal to outright ban hot tub streamers when they were causing drama, accusing Twitch of boxing themselves into a corner when more controversial metas take off. And we said that back then, too.
Yeah.
Everybody said that back then, too. And what has happened? An increase of this sort of thing. You've got the chick who was getting railed on stream. You got the... and she came back in like 3 days. You've got the evolution of the hot tub stream with playing games in a bikini, and because you have to wear, because the rule was you have to wear clothing that's appropriate for the location with a green screen and a beach behind you, essentially. And it's like, they're not at the beach with their fucking computer.
Yeah.
Fucking ban them. Well, it looks like they're at the beach, so we can't really do it. No, they're skirting your fucking rules. Ban them, you fucking dickwads. It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah, but they're Twitch staff's too busy being in the corner yanking it.
And then it evolved into other things, and then the last few things was the green screen panties and bra.
I was going to say that.
Or like, the green, where their midsection is the game that they're playing shit. And it's like, guys, they're fucking in their underwear. Ban them.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can't see it, so they're technically not. Ban them permanently. It's not that fucking hard, Twitch. You got a term. And then they changed their term. Like, it changed, what was it, like 3 times within the 1 week before we even got to talk about it?
Yep.
During that one?
That was a pain in the ass to gather, by the way, because I would gather something and it'd be outdated.
Like the second we would post it in the mines to talk about it, get back on Twitter. Ah, shit. They changed it again.
Yeah.
Pop that one in there, too.
Oh, man. At some point, we're going to have to go through the mines and take a note on what topic had the most amount of links.
Well, we have to do that before the 15th, because on the 15th, by the way, we will not be on Gilded if they don't reverse course.
Yep.
We'll get to that here in a second.
Yep.
Anyway, a musical Twitch streamer was indefinitely banned after playing piano on stream. And after tweeting on Twitter X, the company's CEO stepped in to help her get unbanned. And she is not violating Twitch's terms of service at all.
Nope.
And that, because it's anime-like, probably got her banned.
And here's what gets me, though. Why in the hell does it take the CEO of a company to step in to correct this?
And why is she the kind... This happens too, by the way, real quick. Twitch will ban her permanently. Her for 3 days.
Yeah.
Her for 3 days. Her for 3 days. These guys, whoever they are, 3 days.
And they'll get off of good
that
behavior.
One will get banned permanently. And they're not violating Twitch's terms of service whatsoever, but she's in cosplay.
Yeah. She's fully covered. Like, this is why I rail so hard against Twitch and like, yeah. Even YouTube's better than this. That's saying something because you know me with YouTube. I have a history with it.
Yeah, they ban people for playing pianos, but not the ones that are naked. Exactly. Yep. That's how Twitch works. Anyway, so what is this? Next topic. Ice Poseidon, whoever that is, and others have been flagged for using view bots. This is a serious issue that undermines the integrity of the community. Didn't we talk about view bots not that long ago? Oh, this is Kick.
Yep.
Did we actually talk about it?
No.
No, well, I think we did at one point.
But now they actually have.
Oh, they've actually was able to figure
out the amount of bots.
Holy shit.
In a stream, yeah. Here's the kicker. Look, Ice Poseidon, Mondo, all these people.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where this is a smoking gun, but not really. Who is getting these bots? Is it Ice Poseidon getting these bots, or is it Kick?
I would say it's probably them. Because when we were talking about it last time,
yeah,
it seems to be the user. Now, sometimes somebody will bot for somebody, like they'll pay somebody to like essentially bot their stream or whatnot in maliciously.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at too. Like,
but these people, I think what it was is their viewership has been so freaking high, but then like their chat and comments have been so low compared to like the balance isn't there, right? And shit, I lost my train of thought. Say something.
Something.
Speak. I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so with this, I'm going to be honest. I think you're right. I think it is most likely the user, but without proof positive, acting on it would be difficult. That's what I'm getting at. Like, unless we know for sure, Ice Poseidon.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, I remembered my thought.
Okay, go ahead.
It's because it's consistent. It would be one thing. You remember when I was doing that one stream and I got raided by like 19,000 people out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow, there's a lot of people. Hi. And then coming to the realization they're all fucking bots.
Yep.
And it's like, they're bots, damn it.
Well,
you know, you can see that if you take a snapshot of their history, you can tell, okay, that's bots. Probably wasn't them. But when it's a consistent, say 14,000 every stream, which is what people were, getting on various people for, and then the comment and ratio and stuff wasn't there to say they were real, that's when you know that they're probably the one paying for it at that point. Because I mean, outside of like a hate watcher continuously paying every day that you stream for these bots, it's very unlikely. I guess is the best way to put it.
So I'm trying to find it. I'm actually not finding it now. It's probably not online. Here's the kicker, though. With it. This is terrible, and this needs to be addressed. But it doesn't just need to be addressed on Kick. And I can't find it now because they're not online. I was hoping they would be online so I can just straight up show it. But there is some content creators on Rumble that I am definitely believing are botting.
Oh yeah, there definitely are.
Because there was one called IT something or other that will do gaming. By the way, when I went onto their stream, because I've been scouting people, trying to see if anybody would be a good fit for our group, and but I clicked on their live stream, and it's the game footage, but it's muted. There's no talking, and there's nothing in chat, but they got like 70 plus people watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, nope. That feels like a bot.
Yeah, it probably was. I mean, there's people who bought on all the platforms.
And I even think the live stream might have been botted, like automated.
All right, so what is this about? Unreal Engine update coding guidelines are absolutely demented. The list of creative imaginary problems out of ordinary terminology and by ignoring context in an attempt to compel users of their ideological lexicon. Common sense is actively being erased.
You say a lot of big words, Magic Man.
I do.
But yeah, no, this is
an inclusive world choice. Really, Unreal? Is this necessary?
Yeah, people might want to really consider not using UT because, as what I linked you was a reply to this, and that reply pretty much sums up a pretty big concern.
Master and slave can't be used, period, which is for everything.
That wasn't the reply I linked you.
Oh. I know. Word list is blacklist, whitelist, master, and slave. Now, for those who are uninitiated in the technological sphere, like building a computer.
Yep.
Master and slave means various things. Master is usually the main unit, while slave is not. So back in the day when you would have multiple hard drives, and these were different kind of hard drive than what we have now, master hard drive was your main hard drive, while the slaves were secondary hard drives that connected with it.
Yep. And based on what it was, master or slave, it would connect somewhere different along the binary strip.
Yeah, it would connect to the master first to boot up the system and everything. The slave may hold like video files or something like that.
It was basically your storage.
Yeah, so like right now, today, if you open up your computer, because I think most computers in this day and age their hard drives are partitioned.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Where you have the C drive and then the D drive. So you've got like a 1 terabyte hard drive. You open up your thing. Your C drive is about 119, 120 gigs because it holds all like the operating systems and stuff like that. Your System 32 files, the things to make it easily run. That is the master partition, essentially. Like it takes the place of the master hard drive. And you could also partition hard drives back in the day too and do similar things. Meanwhile, like say your D drive, where all your games and stuff happen to be at, that would be the slave partition. Now, whitelist, blacklist, of course, that's more terminology in the tech world. So if you have a whitelist, that allows you to have something pass through. So if you make a Minecraft server, you can set it up to where it blocks anybody trying to enter it except for whoever's on your whitelist. And then you would add users to the whitelist, and only they can log into the server. That is one very good way of protecting your server if it's open, out there for somebody to join to.
We learned that the hard way.
Well, considering it was supposed to be open anyway, there wasn't really much we could do. It wasn't a personal thing like the one I've got now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the blacklist, anybody on a blacklist is prevented from doing that. So if Chad jumps into, say, for the example of the Minecraft world and starts yelling the hard R or something, and I've got to blacklist him, he can no longer actually log in at all with that user to that world. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And the fact that these are words you're not allowed to use with Unreal can go fuck itself. The problem is there's only like 3 engines you can use, and that's like Unreal, the other one that I can't remember its name, Unity.
There's Unreal, Unity, Gata,
and Gata, and those are like the 3 main ones, I think, right? And Unity already fucked up because it decided that if you download too many games, they're going to make you pay through the nose and bankrupt you.
Yeah, now
And now you've got Unreal saying, "Oh, by the way, these commonly used terms and technology, you're not allowed to use those."
Yeah, but if you can get to that reply,
okay,
or click on the link because it should send you directly to the reply. Oh wait, that's it right there.
I did click on the link.
This one right here,
it's this one right here. It's the split link. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. That's it right there, though. You got it.
And what happens when you don't follow these guidelines? Do they steal your work? Do they lock you out halfway through the work? How do they even know what type of language you're using? How do they get access to this?
Very good questions.
Okay. Is there something I'm looking for? Or?
Well, no, that's it. Like those. And now, as podcasters, Zio, clearly you must be taught this. We discuss.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe they had replied to it, and you wanted to highlight that, or something.
So I'm highlighting the crux of what he's asking. These are very good questions and very concerning questions too.
Well, see, if you use Windows 11, it's not that hard to figure out how they get access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Windows 11 will just actively spy on you.
Yeah.
I mean, what's to tell me that Unity's not or Unreal's not doing the same thing? For all I know, you boot up anything with Unreal on it because you're building a game or something. It's just taking snapshots every second and sending it to Unreal to double check your work and make sure you're not using any of these prohibited things.
And what kills me about this is on the fucking back end. The only person that's going to see this is the developer. It's such a stupid thing.
Yeah, and if you're a developer and things like whitelist and blacklist and master and slave offend you, get out of tech.
Yeah.
Like fucking seriously. This is not the first time that conversation has come up. And the fact that it is coming up again 7 years later, mind you, because I think the first time I ever heard them talking about this was back in 2014, 2013. Means the terminology hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
And it never fucking will. I'm sorry.
No, because
you can't just flip a switch and call it something like what are you going to use? The gray list? The rainbow list?
Oh, let's
are you
go
going
over
to get people to try and start doing that? So rainbow is letting people through, and then the gray list is for denying access.
Okay, so let's go.
Master and slave could actually be changed into like primary and secondary if you want to. However, it's going to have to be like encoded in the DNA of all tech moving forward.
Primary and secondary isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But like with the whitelist and blacklist, those are some very, I'm just going to say, retarded alternatives.
Yeah.
Allow list, deny list, block list. Block list, that's not even what a blacklist is.
Well, it is. It's
block is a response to something.
Well, no, when you blacklist, you're blocking them. It's a deny list, exclusion list, avoidance list. All these alternatives are technically correct, but this is terminology for all tech that they know what it is. If you say an exclusion list, there's a high likelihood that guy you got in from India has no idea what the hell you mean when you say an exclusion list.
Also, permission
but if you
list.
Say blacklist, he gets it.
Yeah.
And the master is the primary source. The controller. Template, I wouldn't go with that. The reference, no. Main, leader, original, base, maybe. But yeah, essentially like primary and secondary for master and slave, that's fine. It's whatever. But again, this is language that is just known worldwide.
But
essentially in tech.
What gets
It
me
doesn't.
is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it doesn't matter if you're like Indian or French or Canadian or Afghani or whatever it is. If you're in tech, you understand what these words are.
What gets me is that if you look at the alternatives in the year of our Lord 2024, a lot of these are technically problematic, like base. Oh wow, is that short for based? Are you making a based list?
Is your list right leaning?
Yeah.
Your list is now what is it? Alt right.
Wait,
it's an
you're
alt
making
right
an include list,
dog
which means
whistle.
you're being exclusionary. So,
And when it comes to slave, like replica, that doesn't even make sense.
No.
Because the slave drive is not a replica drive. The only thing that even comes close is like secondary, because that's what it is. It's a secondary drive on your system that houses things that
and
is
that
not
actually is
a
a term.
master control.
I've actually heard that term when I was in college. We would call primary drive, secondary drive, master slave. They were interchangeable.
Yeah. And I've actually called like master primaries before. Because those are like the only real words that are interchangeable in the tech world, and you still know what it is. A primary system is the master system, while a secondary system is a slave system.
Yeah.
Cluster node. And some of these actually already have terms in the tech world that are different from this, like cluster node. A cluster node is nodes in the cluster, which has an actual definition to how the network fucking runs, you dumbasses.
This is how you know.
Locked is even retarded, even more retarded. It's like the lock. It's on your locked drive. What? Why would my drive be locked? That makes no sense.
I'm positive this was made by an HR intern and not anybody that was in tech at the Unreal Engine company.
No, it might have actually been made by one of their tech people who's, very, what's the word? Snowflakey.
I guess. They clearly don't know tech at all.
Let's see. Many terms that we use for our tech meanings also have other uses outside of. Yes, there's a lot of words out there that, when used in a profession, mean a certain thing, while outside may mean something completely different. It happens in every fucking profession.
That's why context is king.
That's why context matters. When you're using words like these, always be precise and examine the context in which they appear. Well, yeah, they probably will. I mean, if you're looking at code and you're referring to something in the code, it is always the context of the fucking code. There's no other context whatsoever. If you're sitting there and you're talking about the master drive and some poor sap walks by your office while you're talking to one of your other guys or girls about how the master drive is having some kind of memory leak that needs to be fixed. Right?
Yep.
And then they run to HR. He said, "Master, like I was a slave or something." HR should look at him, call him a dumbass, and send him back.
You know how that plays out, though.
I mean, granted, we know whoever said it is getting fired now, but still, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, not a fan, and I think that this is going to backfire amazingly.
And this is all about the back end too, the stuff that people don't see. Now, granted, there are players who are going to see the back end because PC players like to dive into the code and shit like that as much as they can, and they get that. But most players, the normies and stuff, they're never going to see that Billy Bob or Katie wrote a note in a line of code for Kobe to shoot a 3-pointer, or for any player to shoot a 3-pointer, and it goes into the net or whatnot. Who wrote that code for that animation that says Kobe's a bitch in the note line? Nobody's ever going to see that except for the developers.
Let me go over this too. Go back down to slang, where the last point under slang.
Yeah, do not use profanity.
Fuck that. And here's why. If I say content creators, software developers, depending on the project, will work 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week. And you're telling them that they can't blow off steam on something that nobody's going to see but them?
Yeah, I mean, it's not unheard of. There's people who've done videos of some of the most unhinged rants in the notes sections found in some of these old games.
Yeah, no, it's great. Finding those,
it's just hilarious to see it. And it's like, damn.
I mean, if I want to put a variable in for a bullet being shot and call it fuckface variable, who gives a damn? I'm blowing off steam because I'm annoyed that I'm doing overtime.
Do not use words that refer to historical trauma or lived experiences of discrimination. These include slave, master, and nuke. So when you write in the line, Katie, I need you to nuke this line, it doesn't work, or whatever, or nuke the code for X, Y, and Z, you can't do that.
Well, I got a better one for you. Helldivers. Nuke?
But this is the code, not the game itself. Because we know that's not going to fly because, profanity in games is a thing.
But how are you going to assign a variable to that without using the word nuke?
Clear lines 1 through 43. I mean, there's other ways to say it, but...
Well, no, I'm saying if I make a variable for a atomic bomb.
Oh, then you're probably going to call it nuke in the code and write the code to correlate with the missile bomb, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now
I guess you can put
I got to call it something else. I can't call it atomic bomb because
big boomstick.
Like the whole freaking world's just gone fucking brain dead lately.
Tell me about it. So Valorant. Oh, you did add this. I meant to add that too. Valorant studio head Ann Dolan tells players to play something else. We won't miss you, while announcing new player behavior policies. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret, Anne. Or Anna, sorry. You will absolutely miss everyone if they stopped playing.
Yep.
So she goes into this whole thing here.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna and I'm the studio head for Valorant and I'm here to chat a bit about player behavior.
Now, here's the thing. There is no way that they can fix this so-called problem, all right? There is never going to be a way for them to fix this problem. If you have a problem with people speaking to you and it makes you feel uncomfortable or their trash talk is too much, mute them. That is
no, she goes over that.
Okay.
Girl, you don't have to listen, you can read.
Especially with the addition of voice comms, we've known that fighting in-game harassment was going to be both something we needed to prioritize and also would be one of the most challenging issues that we would face.
Because you can't.
We've been working on systems and technologies, and we actually have been making a lot of progress, but having large global player communities presents unique challenges, evolving challenges. So we have to be ready and willing to re-examine things and hold ourselves accountable when things are not meeting our community's expectations. And that's exactly what we've been doing. I've spent the last couple of weeks reviewing player logs, looking at penalty escalation paths, discussing player behavior philosophies, seeing where they're working, and where we absolutely need to do better. It's not the first time I've had to do this. It will not be the last. It's important work, but it's not always easy work. I'm a human and a parent and a caregiver and a team lead. And in almost every aspect of my life, I feel this deep responsibility to protect people. And this is different.
Nobody asked for your protection. Nobody needs your protection other than your family. Go fuck yourself, Anna.
The responsibility of protecting our community of Valorant players is one I take very personally. And I can tell you that very often it can feel like I've failed in that responsibility.
It's not your responsibility.
Because it's not your responsibility.
Complex problem space. Our systems cannot catch everything. They require constant attention and tweaking and improvement.
No, they won't ever catch everything, because in order to catch them, you got to be in the game and catch them right then and there to properly do the protecting you want to do.
Sometimes it has to be painfully manual or dependent on our players reporting things and on our processes staying well tuned. And sometimes tech that has the potential to be a game changer takes longer than you want to work. All the things we say at Riot on the topic of player behavior are true. I want to assure you,
Can you pause it
Riot
one more
has
time?
always taken this.
Okay. I just want to hit on this real quick. You said painfully manual. Doesn't like to work. You said long hours a second ago. So she hates her hours. She doesn't like to work. Fire her.
That's not what she said. But anyway.
Yeah, no, it is. Like,
no, she says it takes long hours to manually essentially do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's taking longer to make technology to do it so somebody doesn't have to sit there and do it. That's what I was saying earlier. Unless you've got somebody there monitoring every single match and catch it in the moment, you're never going to be able to protect the players the way you keep saying you want to. It's just useless virtue signaling.
Oh, like, seriously, like, you listen to her, she says that it's the long hours of doing it manually. I assume that's what she's referring to. And I'm like, well, you opted for this.
Well, it's not her doing it. She's not the one doing any of this. She's issuing the order. Other people they've hired is designed to do this.
Yeah, but
I mean, she's what, the CEO, right?
No.
Or I'm sorry, head of Valorant Studios. Sorry. Where does that lie with the CEO again?
Nowhere near. Basically, that's like a supervisor.
Okay.
Seriously, that's been true ever since we launched League of Legends.
She's a department head,
And at the end of
basically.
the day, there are still some people in this world who want to take out their insecurity or their bad day or their hate or their whatever on some stranger through their computer screen. So we work harder, we take steps forward.
So, anyway.
But here's the part I can't shake. In almost all cases, someone gets hurt in the process of making these systems better. Too often, it takes someone experiencing the worst behaviors, something egregious, something painful, something threatening, for us to better understand where the gaps in our system.
Listen, I'm all for banning somebody for making a legitimate threat. That's fine. They should get banned. Simple as that. The reason, for those who want to know, it takes to that point before they actually do something, in air quotes, of course, it's because it's maybe it's costing them money or something at this point to not do something.
There's no violation to
they have no incentive to do it. Because if they actually devised a system to do what they want to do, one of two things are going to be true, if not both. One, they're going to accidentally ban a huge chunk, over 50% of their player base, overnight. Or everybody's going to run in without comms all the time. which they should be doing anyway. So,
yeah,
systems and processes are. And that's exactly what we're experiencing and addressing right now. But I also want to make sure that I say this out loud. We have no room for these types of behavior in our game or in our community. Valorant is a team game. It's better played as a team. The strats are better. All of it's better. When you tell someone to just mute comms to avoid harassment, you are essentially putting the harassed person in a position to not communicate, to compromise how they want to play the game, to accommodate you.
Okay, that's
And how are you
exactly
not-
what you just did, right?
Yeah, how are you not doing the exact same thing?
It's a team game. It's better team. Get in with randoms and speak to them. Put comms on. You're telling people who don't want to do that they need to do that. Play the game they want to play. But no, the best way to protect yourself from this sort of thing or to shield yourself from this sort of thing is to turn off comms.
Yeah.
Better yet, if you want to play a team game with
Get a
a team, get a fucking team. I mean, out of all the games that we have played on this channel and your channel, they're all multiplayer games for the most part, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are. And what is the one thing we don't do?
We never use comms. We always
we never use in-game comms except for when it's a game like Sketchy Company.
Yeah.
Or Phasmophobia,
It has
where you know
game effects.
It's kind of essential to use those comms for the
warning.
full effect, right? And that encompasses a small portion of games, but for the most part, what is the first thing we do? We did it in Helldivers. Oh, turn off proximity chat immediately.
Yep.
And then we communicate through things like Discord, Guilded, and stuff like that. Back in the day, we used things like Virtuilico, Vent, TeamSpeak, Skype, for heaven's sake.
Yep.
To not use the in-game comms. And sometimes we get to the point where we want in-game comms to yell at somebody for being a dumbass, like in Dead by Daylight. You know, or to try and communicate. So the games you kind of want comms sometimes. You just don't got them because they don't have any way to talk to somebody. But here's the deal, is people like Anne here doesn't want to draw the line on trash talking. So she's going to the most extreme thing, threats. We don't want that. But what she's trying to say is we don't want to trash talk. We don't want any of that. And she doesn't want to draw a line on it because everybody's line is different in this kind of thing. You know, for example, one person may think the line is if you say drop an F-bomb, while another person's line is dropping the hard R, while another one says the hard R every 2 syllables.
Yeah.
You know? And then you'll run into the problem where you have a black player who does drop the hard R every 2 syllables because, you know, they've got the black card to do it, and then they're going to get banned by the system for dropping a word that they commonly use because I still don't get that. They're reclaiming it or what shit. But it's so offensive that anyone else using it should die, right? And the only way to prevent this is to just turn off comms in general.
Yeah.
That's the only real surefire way to fix the issue is have no trash talk or just turn off comms by default.
Muting is a tool for people who choose to use it, not something that is there to justify bad behaviors.
Well, it doesn't justify bad behaviors, which is another thing that a lot of these people do too, right? It's like you tell them to mute. Oh, well, you're victim blaming. You're saying that it's okay to do that. Nobody is saying that.
No, I'm providing you a solution.
It is the tool that provides you a solution to your problem. But
this came on the
you think the world is so in this idealistical place where everybody should be, you know, what's the word? I guess angels or some shit. And the world is just simply not that way.
The world is not without sin, y'all.
Competitive games need to have room for banter. We believe this. And I do understand the fear.
No, you don't.
No, because again, we're going back to either all of it is good, acceptable, or none of it is. You can't go in between because somebody has to draw the line. And your line is not going to be the same as somebody else's.
Yeah.
The fear that we will sanitize gaming by over addressing these issues. We have no interest in doing that. That's not.
You can't, because you will lose your game real quick.
Yeah.
Not what we're talking about here. But we do believe that a person should not be in a position to have to grow a thicker skin or whatever other unhelpful suggestions have been thrown out there.
That is not unhelpful. It is very helpful. Listen, there are people who have panic attacks because they have to call the water company to pay their fucking bill, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Those people need to grow a thicker skin. I mean, it doesn't. I'm not going to sanitize it for them. You need to buck up, Buttercup. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. All that good stuff that you hate to hear. And deal with it.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like it, disable comms.
Just to avoid threats of violence or literal hate speech.
Hate speech doesn't exist, but continue.
There's no room in our community for the most egregious behaviors, and we're not going to compromise on that point. If you need...
Yes, you will, because you want a functioning game that pays you lots of money.
To make truly evil statements under the guise of regular shit talk to enjoy gaming, then please play something else. We won't miss you.
Okay.
And yes, you will, because primarily, what are your player base? It's men.
Yep.
If you tell the men not to come, remember what happened to Battlefield when they did that? It was the worst selling Battlefield in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Val community, we can't stop them from opening their mouths and saying something awful. I wish we could, but we can't stop that part. What we can do is help escort them out of our game spaces. We do some of this already. The vast majority of the time when someone says something out of line and gets reprimanded, they learn as a result of our feedback systems. They keep playing, they rarely repeat offend. The number of players who exhibit these behaviors are not the majority, I assure you. In fact, they are a very small fraction of our player base.
Oh, she finally said something that is right for a change, because that's, of course, back to when we were talking about what's-her-face and her fake outrage for the things she tried to get.
Yep.
She's making the case this is everybody, and all the people defending her is everybody's doing this shit. And it's not. It's a small percentage of people. Very small. This percentage they can actually do without.
However, it has definitely become clear to us that our existing penalties are not doing enough right now to remove the most disruptive players from Valorant in an efficient manner. So here's what we're going to do. First, over the next 30 days, we'll be finalizing updates to our existing policies. This will allow us to issue more severe penalties and faster, with a focus on the most severe behaviors, things like hate speech, severe sexual content, and threats of violence, which have no
Define
room.
hate speech.
And we will continue to adjust those categories, that when you get feedback from a report that you can trust,
they can't.
I know.
that something happened in a timely manner and with the right severity. I'm hopeful that these updates should be a positive step in earning that trust. And I don't...
Anyway, that's about it there. It's
Yeah.
just them addressing that thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a problem that's going to persist forever.
And they have
you
competitors.
And you don't want to take the solutions that are available. You can either have all banter or no banter, which, is their word for trash talk, apparently. But yeah, you either have it all or you don't have any. You can ban the legitimate threats, that sort of thing. Nobody's going to really bat an eye over that.
No.
But there are people, again, they fold because they have to make a phone call to pay their own damn bill. They need to grow a thicker skin.
Yes.
And if you don't want any of it, disable comms. It's that simple. That is the solution. Find yourself a team, play with that team, disable comms and don't deal with randos. I have been doing it since Xbox installed the ability to mute people back in like, what was it, the 360 days?
Yep.
And ever since then, that is like the first thing I do on just about any other game I play is mute the fucking comms.
Yeah.
They're-
Now
they're-
you can preemptively mute them, which is great.
Yes. And you have like blacklists, block lists, and all this other stuff, tools that are available to you, like Final Fantasy 14 had a block list, a blacklist, or something like that, where you can add players you don't want to hear from to the list, and they just don't pop up in the window anymore.
Gold sellers.
I mean, you could also disable the window.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, WoW never had anything like that. You had to use a mod.
And by the way, funny thing about that is I remember when they came out with that mod, Blizzard was banning people for using mods. And it was just the chat mod. And then they were like, oops.
I don't remember that, but add-ons have been a thing for WoW forever.
Yeah.
And they seem to be okay with that. But like my kid wanted to play WoW, right? He wanted to experience WoW. What did I do? I deleted the chat window.
Yep.
So he couldn't see it for a reason. But
sure.
Yeah, like,
and for anybody out there, that's called parenting.
And WoW doesn't have that option by default, so you have to use like a UI mod or add-on to make that sort of thing possible. But yeah, like that's one of the things I have just done in every multiplayer game that I have played since the good old days of COD lobbies and having the ability to mute people, or actually it was Halo at the time.
Yep.
Was just mute all at that point, because there's no sense in it. You can avoid all that bullshit and the screaming 12-year-old and the idiot who's blaring some kind of heavy rock into the microphone by just muting them.
No comment on that rock part.
Well, I don't want to listen to somebody's terrible rock coming through the mic all muffled and scratchy.
True.
You did it, didn't you?
To be fair, only once. What? 5 times.
Yeah, see, if I ever whenever I played music in the background while gaming, I just didn't plug in my microphone because I'm considerate like that.
No, this was actually on purpose. Like some people are being complete assholes. So me and my friend Victor were playing.
Count.
And we put the mic all the way up to the speaker and just started blasting.
Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, it's one thing when you're taking care of a dick who's in the lobby. It's another thing when it's just your default setting.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I'm
right, anyway. So for the final thing, Gilded has pulled a Sony and has decided that in order for you to log into Gilded, you have to create a Roblox account and link the two.
Nope, not gonna.
Nope. So, by the way, if this isn't reversed by July 15th, 2024, we will no longer be using Gilded. It looks like we're going back to Discord, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's not really an alternative.
Yep.
But yeah, essentially Gilded's mission is to build blah, 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 best communications platform. And, it excels in certain things. And it doesn't excel in other things. And it has some hiccups here and there. Like how we have the salt mines is great. It was a way better system than what we were doing. However, we can't do that in Discord.
So we have to go back to the old way, which is not as good, but
it's a bit. I mean, it's better than what we originally started, going back through our private message looking for all the links.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as what we have now, where we can title a thread, Google or Gilded or something like that, and then have every relevant link to that particular target under it, right?
Yep.
That particular subject underneath it.
Thread would have all links that pertain to it, and we could go over it in order. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, So we're excited about the amazing opportunities connections will help us unlock, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what kind of opportunities that would be, but what does
Opportunity
this
to
mean?
puff their numbers up.
Yeah. What does this mean for current users? Until July 15th, users who created their account before May 30th can continue to access Gilded accounts with their emails and password login credentials. Users that do not already have a Roblox account linked to their Gilded account will receive a notice for steps of connecting their account. Users who do not have a Roblox account can create one in the Roblox OAuth model during the connection process. For users who already connected a Roblox account to their Gilded account, no further action is required. Once a Roblox account is connected to Gilded's account, the Roblox OAuth option will be adopted as the primary method for accessing the account. Beginning July 15th, email logins will no longer be able to support for all accounts. Users do not claim their Gilded accounts with a Roblox account before June 15th will no longer be able to log into their Gilded accounts using their email or passwords. Instructions to claim an unclaimed account will be available on the Gilded logon screen beginning July 15th. Users may also contact Gilded support for assistance claiming their accounts. Now, I'm willing to bet that a majority of users using Gilded don't play Roblox.
No.
Roblox is... I don't like saying things like it's just a kid's game lightly. Because, people talk about that like Pokemon all the time. It's just a kid's game. Why are you playing it? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
But Roblox is like the definition of a child's playground.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
granted,
really
I'm
is.
sure there are older YouTubers or something or Twitch streamers who may play Roblox, but a majority of their player base are they're it's predicate or it's what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't think you mean predatory.
No, I was saying predicated. But I don't think that's
right.
the correct word that I'm looking for. Anyway, they preying on kids. There we go. Preying on kids. And their money or their parents' money and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, the only people I've ever really seen IRL playing Roblox are children, like my own.
Same. I know a couple content creators that will do Roblox every once in a while, but usually it's just a couple videos. It's content fodder, and then it's like one or two videos, and then it's back to whatever they're doing.
Now, I'm sure I remember way back that Gilded and Roblox were apparently the same company or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was
Roblox
like, it's no big deal because, Roblox is Roblox. Gilded is offering a Discord alternative. However, when it comes to their terms and stuff, it's freer than Discord, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yep.
Oh, snap. I missed Colors of Gaming. Jeez. I forgot to click back over here to check the thing. Twitch doesn't like it when actually show talent. Does Kick have a lot of bots? I'm sorry, Colors. I hadn't seen you in so long. I want to say hi, and I don't know if you're still here now. Shy.
I only got Rumble up, dude. Don't pin this on me at all.
I was supposed to have the YouTube side up, and then I clicked over to find something and forgot to click back over here when I was looking up stuff. Why is she acting like my mom? Oh, hey, Colors and Shy. I hope you guys are having a good time. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm sorry I missed you guys. It happens every time I click off too.
Put it in a separate window on your other screen.
Then it comes up on the screen we're using. I can move it to the other screen, and then boom, you can see it.
Okay, well, just pop out the chat and then put it in the corner. But I did.
Then it disappears the second I touch another thing.
make sure nothing's over it. The windows have sizes you can adjust. It's this
Yeah, but
amazing thing.
I hate how that looks. It bothers me. Anyway,
I mean, it bothers me too, but I deal
So-
with it.
Gilded is freer than Discord in many respects because Discord wants to monitor everything you do over there. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be going back to Gilded. I'm sorry, back to Discord because Gilded wants to pump up those Roblox numbers and they're pulling a Sony. So I'm going to say this. This is purely speculation, of course. However, I am very confident in my speculations a lot of the times. So, like I speculated with Sony, when they wanted everybody on Helldivers to have a PSN, it's to boost their numbers for the for quarterly earnings and all that good stuff and investors. Gilded is pulling a Sony because I guarantee a lot of their users do not play Roblox. I would wager a majority of their users do not play Roblox. They use Gilded because it was better than Discord terms of service wise. And now they want to pump up those numbers because they notice they have way more users than they do over on Roblox because the people who grew up playing Roblox have grown out of Roblox or starting to grow out of Roblox.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned my kids played Roblox, maybe a couple of years ago. They don't really play it anymore. They're more into Minecraft. Once in a blue moon, they might pull up Roblox somewhere and play it for a bit. But it's rare because people are leaving Roblox. They're growing up and growing out of it. They want to boost those numbers. So what better way to do it than have everyone on Gilded link their account, create an account, link it, and use that. And then they can say, look at all these millions of Roblox accounts we got now.
Yeah, exactly. And also that does also open up Gilded users to be under the Roblox terms of service, which is way, from my understanding, a lot more draconian.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that works, to be totally honest. Yeah, maybe. But yeah.
So yeah, not doing it. Not doing it. Then do it with Helldivers, not doing it with Gilded. Hell, honestly, if I'd go to TeamSpeak if I didn't have to host it myself.
Oh gosh, is that what you were talking about? TeamSpeak?
Yes.
They're still around?
Oh yes. In fact, they updated the user interface. It looks great. But
I would never go back to TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak was obsolete when Discord appeared. Like serious, it's like Vent. When Discord became a thing, all the others became obsolete.
True, but then you have legitimate competition. These companies started updating, and now I got to be honest.
I still wouldn't. TeamSpeak requires money.
Well, I was going to say, I got to be honest. Discord's still better.
Yeah.
Mainly
the other ones also cost money, so I remember Vent costing money too. For
TeamSpeak's free. Up to 32 members.
Yeah.
Do you see 32 in Gilded? No, we don't. So.
Well, we have like 32 people. Oh, I'm sorry. We got 29. But yeah, like it's funny because Chad linked this, right? And I opened Gilded to read what he was showing a picture of. And at the top of my thing is like, important, we're connecting accounts with Roblox. Claim, learn more. And I looked at the picture, looked at the thing at the top of my Gilded and was like, fuck no. Opened the thing and read it and was like, hell to the no.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I had to make sure that nobody was overreacting here. And it's sure enough. It's like, link, please. It's like, no, we are going to go back to Discord. I wager a lot of people will probably bounce out of Gilded.
Oh, dude. So I saw
It's
agents.
going to be interested to see how that plays out because Rumble has a Gilded, right?
I was about
wonder
to
how
say
many
that.
people are going to drop out of the Rumble Gilded
All of them.
server. So
the owner of the Rumble Gilded, Aegis, was enraged by this. And he's like, we built something here. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that and commented under it or something or shared it.
And I was
But
just
yeah.
like, yeah, this is, and I mean, we're just our group. Let's be real. Like, we got our group and then people that just kind of don't come around.
Yeah, I mean, they're there, but they're also in other places too.
Yeah. Everybody, it's a support. It's a, April O'Neil, you have my support kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I see a lot of people that will just go to Discord. I think a lot of them have already moved to Discord, and
yeah,
a lot of these accounts are just dead.
It's going to take me a few weeks, but I will eventually reinstall Discord on my phone and properly rejoin it because it's going to be one of those. Let me remember when I have the time to figure out what my login credentials were again.
Fair enough.
But that takes me a second. So
So
I will probably still use Gilded for a hot minute, but eventually I will start pinging you through Discord.
Like, I'll use it up to the 15th. What sucks is I loved having the animated emotes.
Yeah, it's gonna suck no longer having the emotes and stuff, but
and then Nitro is just obscenely expensive for nothing.
I can't do this. There's just no way. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not making a Roblox account for you to pad your numbers. It ain't happening.
Yep.
I have no interest in Roblox. I'm never going to play Roblox. No.
Yeah, Zio's not going to play Roblox. He's going to be too busy playing Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Anyway, with that is the end of our show tonight. I think we're done. Anyway, it's way past my bedtime, as always, because Chad keeps me up way too late when he shouldn't be. Yeah, that's right. Chad keeps me awake at night. Do with that what you will.
Have that effect on women.
Wait a second. What? You dick. It's long hair, isn't it? Oh.
The way you did that, never do that again.
Listen, I've had a lot of practice doing that. Messing with people, okay?
I was like, what the fuck? Like, now I'm the one scared.
Look at my hair. Listen. When I condition it and it dries, and it's naturally curly, right? But it does the princess curl. Like, I think right over here, just the one princess curl in it, and I look at it and I'm like, my hair is confused. It doesn't.
They're gonna see you coming out of the shower going, because I'm worth it.
Because I'm worth it. But anyway, this has been Gaming with a Side of Salt. We try to have this every Friday. Sometimes it moves to Saturday, so keep in touch with us over on the Twitter X platform, formerly known as Twitter X. No, wait, that's not how that goes. Anyway, you know what platform it is. Links are in the description down below. I am Zio.
I'm D-Pad Chad.
And his links are also down below if you want to go check out his channel. He streams a lot more often than I do, so go check his ass out while he's playing Stardew Valley, Sunhaven, hitting on my girl.
Oh, I got a date. I had a date with her.
Yeah, look at this. He's dating my kitty. Anyway, that sounds wrong. Now that I think about it. But yeah, if you want to go check that out, and then I've been streaming a bit of like Fallout 76 and stuff. But yeah, we do this every week. try to do it on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes it gets moved to Saturday because I am a very busy father, single father, no father with a girlfriend. I can't say single anymore, right? So, yeah, I have plans. My kids take up a lot of my time. We try to do this on Friday. Sometimes it has to get moved. Keep up with it over on Twitter. I'll try to announce it ahead of time. And we are going to try and start clipping things more. And I'm going to be doing some more news throughout the week. Chad is probably just going to stream stuff because that's what he does.
Also, I mean, we're also in the market for 2 more people for the group, but that's yeah.
If you got the time and you think you can hang, hit Chad up.
Yep.
Over
My
on the
DM,
Twitter
either
X.
message me on Twitter or soon to be Discord.
And we can run from Killer Clowns together.
Yep. Or play Duck Duck or Goose Goose Duck.
What he would like is about 20 of y'all to show up so he can Goose Goose Duck us.
Better than Among Us. Jesus.
You know what? Maybe that's the problem.
Now, see,
you should advertise Among Us and then
switch it.
Switch to, I hope you guys have Goose Goose Duck.
Yeah. By the way, I'm waiting to see when Zio notices the chat.
No, because I'm not over there.
Because he just got $2.
Really? Who'd I get $2 from? Let's see. Oh my. Dara. You guys still on? Yes, we are. We're still going slightly.
We're just wrapping
get it,
up.
You're busy. Someone get well, you know what? If Chad would mention it earlier,
you were talking. You were
you could still say something. You know what? See, Dara, are you still going? Are you still going? Is that still a thing? Or did you just finish? I think he just finished.
He just finished.
Yeah, he just finished. I was gonna pop over there real quick.
That's the outro.
Yeah. Oh no! See, I was on the other screen, and Chad was manning the chat this time as we were signing out. But thank you for the $5 dono because Chad finally saw it. Give it to him, Chad. Chad, I'm not giving it to you anyway. I just got done. Well, thanks for coming back. Yeah, we're running late tonight. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. You know, all that good jazz. That's what happens when I stay up past my bedtime.
And I'm going to sit around and debate if I'm going to stream after this. So maybe
well,
not. I don't know.
If he does, go over there, follow him so you can see him stream. And yeah, so we will see you in the next one.